This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You couldn't handle the truth. The truth. The truth.
I said truth, young man. You know what? You get your hall pass and you go down to the dean's office. Mr. Funny Man, you're never going to be anything in your life.
You say toot the truth.
Yes, sir. Yeah, buddy. Hump Day in the building. Yeah, buddy. Self Love.
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Q Division.
I'm just a kid from Chicago. Trying to make a way in the game of life.
Y'all quit hating on the Chi-Town kids around the world. Stop all that wonton hating. Making those assumptions. Bad enough I got to deal with the alt-white. Making assumptions about me. But then my own peopleists. Got gavels out as we travel the globe. We got a traveler in here today. Hey, big ups to Scooter. We got an announcement. We got Scooter in the building coming up too. But let's get into it. Welcome to Chi-Town's very own The Self Love Show, where our motto is on earth as it is in heaven, and as above, so below. And we can be found exclusively right here on YouTube channel entitled This Ain't That Network, or TATN. Everybody showing their teethus. TATN. TATN. Hey, this is your co-host 9 Millie, also known as Self Love. What down, Chi-Town, what down. Today is Hump Day, Wednesday, March 17, 2021. And we can all be any place in this vast universe. And thankfully, we all Scooter chose to be here together. Here together. What down, Tori Wordsmith? What you manifesting today, self-love?
Love. I'm manifesting love, self. What you manifesting?
Gee, you know me, man. Pure, unadulterated, magnanimous, unfiltered love, bro.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. Hey, so what's the weather been like? What's been going on the south side, bro?
And it snowed yesterday again, but just par for the course. We still in the winter, tail end of it. But my little people, man, they was in town.
Yes, sir.
And they had to go back home today. So I dropped them off at the airport.
I don't even know if you can still, judging by what I saw, I don't even know. I think little people is a misnomer at this point, bruh.
Yeah, well, they're big, but
Yeah,
they're
because
still
if
they're
they're little
still
people, I'm little people.
and 13 and 11, but they're are bigger sized 13 and 11-year-olds.
Yeah, yes, sir. But big ups to the to the family and the ancestors, man. Beautiful, beautiful children, man. Well spoken, well respected, so hats off to the parents and also that thread of ancestry, through
Yes,
you and
sir.
the mom and so
Yes,
that's
sir.
big ups on that, bro, because we got enough of this, right?
For real, for real, for real.
Man, we got plenty of that. So but today's show, in case you guys are wondering, we got I would call him my little homie, but it's quote end quote, because again, he was already a silverback when I met him. But man, great exchange of information. When you look up real and you look up real and they should have that self. They should have that in Webster's. Real and that's what it should say. It shouldn't say anything else. You don't have to spell it out. Just real when you look that up, yeah, when you look that up, you're gonna get images. And so that would be this gentleman, traveled the world, so he's got a lot of information, interesting life. He goes around and different well, we'll get into it. I prefer to save some of that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, hey, and if anyone's out there in the chat, if you got any, if you've been a roadie or a road manager, or if you've been into the promotions, I know there's a lot of photographers, any photogs, whether amateur or professional, any drillers, all right, any drillers out there, right? So, I think it's about time they had a drillers union. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like a trade school for drilling. Yeah, you know what I mean. You guys gonna do it anyway, huh? Could make
some rules to it.
Man, make a TV show, put them in a big stadium like the dome y'all were talking about, Self.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're doing it for clout. You're doing it for clout, but condolences though, man, because I know how that is on the community, man, and the shit's not cute, right? It's not cute. So
at all.
No. So, but that's we're gonna dwell into it and see if we can get some information, about that community. And I know I've personally been seeing some moves in other directions, like even Vaughn, rest his soul. He was talking about opening up laundromats and he was passing out money, and you keep seeing that. These cats turn the corner and start giving back to the community, and then what?
Victimized.
Correct. And it's always victimized by someone who everybody assumes looks like us and just says, well, you're the ops. Ops sounds like cops, but it sounds like cops. But all I'm saying is 12 is the biggest gang in the city. And I'm not saying 12 is doing it. I'm just saying that none of this stuff is getting solved or resolved, and it just smells what?
Terrible.
Yeah. So if you're in the chat and this is interactive, as Self Love says, we want to know where you guys are located. You might say Chicago, you might say Southside, whatever you feel comfortable sharing with us. And big ups, Eddie CEO. We want to get you a sit down, bro. We'll get some information out to you. And so so you guys, your location.
Please, Eddie, that's Eddie Sevo too. Man, please like, share, subscribe. Y'all know the drill, man. We growing this organically and we need your help. Honestly, please send it to like minds far and wide so we can get this information out here. We got a little housekeeping to take care of, but then we're going to get into 2 important videos, and they are, listen for them, especially the more growth and development platform that we're building this off of.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child. For said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Yeah, buddy, let's get that gap closed. Let's be focused. Gotta be paying attention. Taking every penny down. Oh, my bad. Yeah, man, we had magnanimous show, bro, last night.
Man, expansive. If you weren't here live, if you want to know anything about COVID, you need to go on ahead and watch that show yesterday. Amazing job.
Yeah, we had 2 board certified MDs, years of experience. One happened to be my ship. He's emergency room physician. So, just looking at COVID all day long, and also Dr. Gay. I mean, he's seeing it all day long, what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he volunteered when they weren't having any surgeries, so that
correct. We had world-renowned specialists, Dr. Conrad, health wellness guru, Seventh-day Adventist. I mean, the spirit was there. Man. And let's not forget attorney Ken Lambert. Last but definitely not least, the one who represented
Sandra Bland.
The late Sandra Bland, yes.
Yeah.
And so they unpacked COVID or the Peter pandemic. They unpacked it from, legal perspective, every angle. I mean, they looked at the variants, the vaccinations. We're talking about, hey, I had the shot and these were my symptoms. And, so like Wordsmith said, if you didn't see it, it would behoove you to what?
To pay attention and go back and check that out. Because, man.
Yeah.
A through Z, it was all covered.
It's 4 hours, and Self Love and I, we ask those questions that we ask when we're staring at, Falsey and the other ones parroting information, and we were able to ask, professionals the questions that, we shout at the TV when we're seeing these people, like, why should I listen to you? And now it's 6 feet, now it's 3 feet in distance. So all of that was covered. It's a 4-hour live. So imagine you're watching a big football game or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When people
Inform
out there,
yourself. Get
yeah,
yourself informed.
yeah. Imagine you're just watching a CNN, for 4 hours like many of us do, or Ms. NBC, or if it ain't in your twat, how's he say it? Fox is his twat or something.
If it ain't coming out of Fox, it ain't coming out
And
of
it's
twat or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. We're gonna have him on the show eventually. Yeah, but I mean, he's a Foxer, and Self Love and I, if we watch it, we'll watch all of it. But if we watch it, what I mean. If we can stomach it. So I feel like, I'm pretty sure we covered everything, but we're digressing. Just to slide through here real quick. I said CEO. Yeah, I've just got yo all in my mind. Eddie Sevo and Stace Dude, thanks for your support. We appreciate that.
Yo, dude.
And then you guys make sure you like, share, subscribe. We got a great show. Strategy we saw on YouTube is if you literally text this link that you're watching right now, text it, post it on your Facebook, tweet it, but text it to 3 individuals who you think would love this content tonight. 3 individuals. If you can't pull that out of your butt, then you can text 3 individuals that would, appreciate seeing Self Love or myself. How lazy can you be
Absolutely.
not to do that? So,
Hey,
the pink people do it.
Until we just told them, they didn't think about it. Even
Is that
though
what
we
it
said
is?
share, unless we said share, but you gave them very good directives now.
Is that what it is? We gotta hold everybody's hand. Man,
That's what they want. They want somebody that's got the walk around there and control them out there.
All right. Well, Self, we're gonna have to get us a staff then. So when we give these directors, huh?
I couldn't think of staff, man. What's the wordsmith and a loss for words? What's going on with this? I was like the thing.
Yeah, well, you put it in my mind. Yeah, the staff. So
Right.
I mean, hey, that's what we're here for.
Right.
If God wanted you on the planet by yourself, you'd have had a whole planet to you. You would have given yourself a whole planet. So
Yes.
you know what I mean? And you could have done that, if that's what you would have chosen to do. But you guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. Click that bell. Self Love, did you see the video, man? Because it's been some banter in the media about, alleged African Americans attacking, the Asian community out there. And big ups to the Filipinos. Filipinos tend to be down, for the most part. I'm not saying nobody else is down or not down, but Filipinos, man,
For the most part.
yeah, they you go to the Philippines, bro, they embrace you, bro, and
No doubt. They speak English too, so
they do.
That's a very helpful.
And Spanish and Tagalog. They're But so there's a Woodstock man who I think may or may not be a spook, but he's a pink man. And he went on a killing spree. And thank goodness they caught him. He allegedly went on the killing spree, because he, allegedly. But thank goodness they caught the man who allegedly did it, because, the media would have been saying it was us. But yeah, so we got a video, good brother, man. So whenever, you get it wired up, we're ready.
We are following breaking news at 9. At least 8 people are now dead after shootings at 3 Atlanta area massage parlors. Good evening. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum. There's a lot to tell you about. The crimes spread out across 2 different counties. Right now, police are not saying if they're connected. We have live team coverage tonight with crews live in Atlanta, where 2 separate parlors were hit. We'll get to them in just a minute. But first, a big update now in Cherokee County, where authorities say they've made an arrest. Sierra Cummings live with the very latest. Sierra, what do we know?
they made that arrest within the last hour. We talked to investigators around 8:30, and he had been arrested in Crisp County. But you can see it's very active out here. We've got detectives going in and out of the parlor, and they expect to be here for hours. But to give you some perspective of this horror, police say their county had only dealt with one homicide last year. Now all in one day, 4 killings. Here's a look at the suspect, Robert Aaron Long, who was arrested after Crisp County Sheriff's Office performed a pit maneuver on his car just within the last hour. Investigators say he walked in and out of the parlor claiming lives in a matter of moments. 2 people died at the scene. Another 2 died at the hospital. 1 more remains alive in the hospital. Police have not yet said the race of the victims or confirmed how many were employees or customers, adding they're not in a position to determine this as a hate crime, but that they're not ruling anything out. And police told us that they are just going to follow where this investigation takes them. And again, we don't know if this is a hate crime. We don't even know the race or even the sex of the victims right now. You know, we talked to families of the victims a little earlier tonight, and they're still waiting for some answers. One of the family members does not know how severe the injuries are of their uncle, who is still in the hospital. Coming up here at 11 o'clock, you'll hear more from investigators,
Yeah, and they
more
were
from the
Asian.
family, and more from bystanders who watched
some
this
recent
whole
video.
thing unfold. Live in Cherokee County, I'm Sierra Cummings, CBS 46 News.
Sierra, thank you. Another very active scene in Atlanta right now,
Man,
where
you
police
kidding.
are investigating more shootings at massage parlors.
Shootings at massage parlors, bro.
Crazy.
Man, and then he went to the one across the street. I don't understand what's going on, but I guess it's just too many guns on the street.
Too many crazy people. I don't know how to too much say it besides that.
Yeah.
That's more of a mental health issue. Racism is a mental health issue as far as I'm concerned. He's fucking crazy. But
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad you're able to see that. It's funny. I was watching a podcaster who said similar, because 12 was saying that it had to do with sex, and they were saying it was mental health. But it's just funny. Everybody can see that, But when it's us, it's some sort of family and a breakdown of the whole structure. They're all animals.
You're just a thug.
Right. Lock them all up. So.
Obviously, got to lock this person up.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
If he is the guy, because, anybody with a pen and a newspaper can write anything they want.
Allegedly a person, too.
Correct. But, I don't know what his thing was, man, but wow. But condolences, to the family.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to, all of the victims. So that was pretty wild, man. Pretty wild.
Very wild.
Yeah, so you guys make sure you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, we're gonna have the thing open later, the phone lines.
No doubt.
Yeah. So that number's 424-900-6945.
That's troll free.
424-900-6945. I just typed it in the chat as well. So at the end of the third segment of questions, you can call in with questions. In the second half of the show, feel free also to type them right there in the comments, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll do our best to get those answered and get those addressed for you. But bro, enough of our banter. I really don't feel like people care about our banter. They're missing some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. But let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
That's right. Let's get it quenched. So, so if we can start running that one promo whenever you get a chance. Yeah, bro, it's crazy, man.
Hey, man, that joint ain't in here, but I'll find it. Give me a second.
Hold on. I'll put it in there. I'll put it in there. You'd think you and I would know the format by now, right?
Man.
Here, I'll put it in there. It's in there from yesterday. So,
man, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified every time we go live or drop a new video. It's very important.
Refresh it, Noop. It should be
it makes the algorithm
at the bottom.
Put us in front of new people.
Facts. Hey, before you run it, when we get to 299 subscribers and we're like 24 subscribers away, Self Love's gonna get brain bullied. He's gonna get digressed right here on international
regress.
Yes, he's gonna get psychologically hypnotized right here on live international YouTube. You know, for the small ups to the Baphomet, for the Baphomet and spooks and everybody to see. So we're pretty excited about that. Yeah, so we're going to start trying to push that forward and get that scheduled. And then also when we get to the next step, which would be 499 subscribers, myself and my lovely Earth, my wife, we're going to skydive. That's right. We're going to jump. That's right. We're going to, put on parachutes and, do a tandem jump with some sort of training, some sort of person with, enough jumps and some sort of training. And then,
absolutely.
Yeah. And we're going to
be trained.
Yeah. We're going to skydive. And if we can catch a signal up there, internet signal, we're going to get it all live. If not, it'll have to be pre-recorded and you guys can see me potentially poop my pants, maybe urinate. It might wear me some Depends out there, small ups to Depends, but you know what I mean. So that's, and what's going to happen after that, once we get there, we'll let you guys know what the next 2 steps are. So we need you to subscribe. We're not in it for clout.
Absolutely.
No.
Expanding the Self Love Nation.
Correct. So, and production, whenever you're ready to rock and roll, you can kill that, Self, and then we can see if we can get this brother camera and everything going. So we got Lenny B.
What's going on, guys? My bad. I was trying to figure this out.
It's all good, brother. Hey, loving your crown, man. Loving your crown. Hey,
sir.
Yes, sir. I'm checking you out. Hey, can you turn your phone sideways, man? I know y'all generation y'all like that. Yeah, we like that. Y'all like that. Yeah, I know how y'all like it. We like that. It's different.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
welcome to the Self Love Show, brother. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to this conversation. Trust 9 to the utmost. And he knows you, and y'all, we're going to expand the Self Love Nation right here in front of y'all eyes. Welcome, Lenny B.
Yes, I appreciate y'all, brothers.
Man, we appreciate you, man. And as always, we do all the plug-in and everything. So, my brother, he's not plugging anything specifically. So he was gracefully enough to leave that ball in my court. So we're going to plug the Kappa League. So we're going to plug the Kappa League. So you guys can Google it if you got any kids, that you think should be in college one day. Look up the Kappa League, and then maybe one day they can become Kappas. And in order to become a Kappa, you have to what, Self?
Be about that life.
Yeah, well, you got to go to college.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's the thing. You got to go to college. So that's the important thing. So, yeah. So Lenny B, as I call him, L Boogie. What up, man?
Big dog. It's all love, big dog. It's always a pleasure to speak to you, man. Like the conversations that we always have is always great and building, We always get to a higher level of self. Well, at least I do. Whenever I speak to you, big dog, I always learn something about me, myself, me, you, the universe, all type of shit.
Hey, more growth and development. That's what we always been about. Hey, bro. So we got on the first segment of our questions is like early life. So normally what we do is we're cataloging, bro. You know, just real people from Chicago. So our story could be, you know, told into perpetuity. You know what I mean? So we'll just ask you some basic questions and you know, just shoot through them. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. When and where were you born for the Self Love Nation?
Yes, sir. Chicago, Illinois, man. Cook County as we call it.
Facts. Okay. Describe what it was like being raised there and what part of Crook County would you say? South side, east side? And then describe what it was like coming up there in a time frame, you know, like 80s, 90s, that type of thing.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised on the east side in the 80s, born 83. So I'm an 80s baby, but you know, I was a 90s kid, you know. I think we got the best era. It's kind of crazy. We got the best authentic era of Chicago. My perspective, but it was homicide, a lot of. But I think if we would have took it in a better way, like a better perspective of it, we could have capitalized off of it. But I definitely was born and raised in the crack cocaine era, the you know, homicides and the robberies and shit like that. I just think if we would have went at it with a different mind frame, then we could have came like multimillionaires. You know, our community could have been really enriched from it. But you know, we didn't. You know, we became victims of it versus capitalizing off of it. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you and I, we've had in-depth discussions. You were one of the first cats that put that to me, and we'll get into it later. So, like, he put something to me, and you know, I was like dead. You know me, so if I could be dead against something, right? We'll talk, and you just give me the information, and then over the time, I'll be like, okay, well, that made a whole lot of sense, and I never forget where I heard it from first. See, that's what's different about me. You know, I'm not the type of motherfucker come back to Lenny B and be like, blah, 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 blah. And he be like, well, I told you that, you know, and then, no, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into that, table that. But basically, so y'all know, and y'all don't, you know, leave your gavels at home. He was just basically saying that we screwed up as a community, the entire crack movement. And I understand what he means completely. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But let's talk your elders, your ancestors, you know, the cats that community that raised you. So you're talking 80s, late 80s, you know, how they may have been interacting with y'all, you know, types of lessons, you know, that y'all might have been drawn off of coming up over there.
I can't say that we were really sitting down and giving any direct lessons like that. It was more like living off experience. We seen them.
Hold on, bro. It's breaking up.
Through life.
Hold on. It's breaking up.
Kind of making name mistakes, and we watch. Okay, take your time, big dog. Let me know I'm good.
Hey, Tori, I think when he clicked in, he probably didn't do the first. Hey, when you clicked, you said you never used Zoom before?
Nah.
When you connected, you got to use the first option. What is it, Tori? Computer audio. Connect using computer audio.
He on the phone, so it's I think it's dial in or over internet. I think it's over internet.
I'm gonna do it right now. Hold on, give me a second, bro.
Want me to go out and come back in?
Hold on, but let me confirm it though. Yeah, but don't do it yet. I just want to confirm. Give me a second. Let me see. So start.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Y'all know.
Yeah, it's gonna say call using internet audio. So go out and come back in, and at top option, bro, call using internet audio. Use that one, and that should work for you, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go out and come back.
Yes, sir. All right, so yeah, y'all like, share, subscribe. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is about to be a real good, good.
Marty in the chat, Marty Elkins said, "What up, brothers? Dude, look crazy from the top. My question is, why aren't there more mental institutions? What was the reasoning for closing Tinley Park?"
Well, you know, that was your boy Ronald Reagan. And they use the excuse of funding. They didn't want to pay for it. And that was the excuse they used. But you know as well as I know, Brother Elkins, that was just meant to create confusion and violence and stuff out there, on the bricks. So, and you come to Cali, that's all you get is, why he's sideways now? Probably because he turned the phone. Yeah, you're going to have to do it that way. Yeah, all right. So let's get him unmuted. All right, we'll just accept it. We'll accept it that way, bro. All right, mic check.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it should be better. It should be better. All right. So it should be better, man. So let's go back to where we were. And
let me try to turn it sideways again.
Yeah, try it.
See what happens.
It's turning.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah.
All right. Can you make sure you got your whole head in the frame for us?
Man, them cats don't ever put their whole head. I've been watching the whole generation behind us. They just, this is how they move, man. I be like, what they be on? They always got the whole top of their head chopped off, man. They be having 1 million followers, boy. I be seeing a little Dirk in them. Huh? Is that him? All right, here you go. All right, here you go. But Self, maybe that's what we doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what. Yeah. Maybe we got to stop telling people that. All right. So you were saying, we were talking about the elders and the ancestors, and you were saying that, over there, maybe you wasn't getting those type of lessons, but y'all were getting them, on the grind or from.
Yeah, we was watching how they was living because, our elders, they were a number a little bit older than us.
Mm-hmm.
A generation or two ahead of us, 7 years ahead of us, not really knows to life. There was experience in life like we were. So, doing other things that they was doing, what not to do from them. And then, I bumped my own head from time to time, but we wasn't really getting set down and taught lessons like, hey, well, bro, you do this, or don't do that. We were just living. I think that helped though, honestly.
Well, yeah, there's something to be said to that swim or sink mentality. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that fly or die mentality. Somebody throw you out of a nest. You're gonna fly or you're gonna die. So
you're gonna figure this shit out, or you're gonna be fucked up out
here. Yeah. Any interactions with pink people? I'll say non-blacks though. So it could be Hispanics, Latinos. Over there. As you remember coming up, and if so, what type of interactions was it?
If it was all around the board, coming up, we rarely saw anyway. It was always probably one white nigga, 2 white niggas in school, but it was Mexicans on the other side. And it was always a hate kind of relationship. And it was always at least 1 or 2 black niggas over there with the Mexicans. And it was a hatred thing towards us kind of stuff. I never knew where it came from. I just knew you better not get caught over here. And, if it's static, then, you may not make it back.
Do you get a sense that was more based out of gangbanging or more based out of racism or a little bit of both?
I was just going to say that's kind of this goes hand in hand a little bit. It's all just clicking up kind of thing.
Your neighborhood.
This is our tribe. This is your tribe. Stay over there. That's down on your side type of thing.
Yeah.
I think it really boils down to economics because when we don't have nothing, but it's just a group of black people on this side, a group of Mexicans or whatever, no disrespect to nobody on whatever side, we're protecting our area because this is how we eat. We don't eat 9 to 5 going to work. This is back in the day or whatever, but we eat off the land. And if you come interrupt our land, then, we're going to eat less and we can't have that.
Understood.
So, it's racial and gangbanging, but it all stems from the same thing because we just trying to feed our people type of thing.
Who was the first United States president that you can remember when you was like, oh, this guy's the president?
Bill Clinton.
All right. That's tripped out. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How many times, if any, can you remember hearing gunfire growing up? If any over there, if any.
Man, the number is
how many times in one day?
Hey, I guarantee you it's in triple digits. but I guarantee you it's in triple digits. It got no, okay, y'all. It was just like right now, if somebody called me and tell me, man, somebody died, it'll touch me for a slight second, like damn, because now you know I can never create no more memories with people. But it's like I'm numb to it. But that cause and effect has created some ill ripples. That's why I'm a photographer. That's why I move the way I move, because I know one day I can see you. You could be my dog, and then I get a phone call. Damn, dude, ain't here no more.
Man.
And just we used to the shootings.
That's a real good reason to become a photographer, and we're gonna get into that too, bro. I never knew that, man. Appreciate you sharing that. Which is why I became a poet, you know. So it's similar. So I see where he's coming from, and it's cathartic, bro. You know what I mean? It's cathartic, bro. You know, your art can, you know, heal you. When did you get a sense? Well, he was probably in it. Our question is, when did you get a sense of Chicago turning more cutthroat, more out for self, you know, more, smaller cliques as opposed to some sort of structure? And then what do you think may have led to that?
When you say cutthroat, now it's for me, it's different because like it was cutthroat through the door before I even knew I was in Chicago. Before I was like a baby, like I didn't know what city, state I was in. All I knew, if I don't hurry up and get this food, my uncle gonna eat it or my cousin gonna eat it, stuff like that. So this is legit. This is before I even knew where I was at. And then growing up, I just knew anybody would do it to you, you know. I ain't talking about just steal your food. Anybody will shoot you in the back of the head. Anybody, no matter what kind of relationship y'all got, you can think this is your man. Same way, like I was saying, this is my man I just spoke to him 5 minutes ago, and he dead. It could be my man I just spoke to him 5 minutes ago, and he killed me. And our head is always on a swivel. Another reason why I moved away. That picture you got right there, another reason why I've touched places like that, because any given moment, the person, the people that you with, that you feed and willing to risk your life for, will take your life.
Man. And it's, you know, it's interesting, bro. You know, we have cats because, you know, most of the cats we sit with are like my age, you know, or older, maybe, you know, yeah. And so our experience was a little bit different. You know, it's like when we was, you know, leaving the hood or growing up and, you know, and we were passing that baton, y'all experience was a whole lot different, man. Like, because they'll like over there where, you know, because Self Luv grew up over there, and they'll be talking about how the neighborhood was. And that's why when I saw something and I read in the paper, it said over there where Trife is from, Altgale Gardens in that area, and also the South Shore area. When they said those were the lowest incomes, and then the one on the west side was next, was 3. But no, it was South Shore and Altgale was like the poorest parts of Chicago. My mind was blown. My mind was blown because it wasn't always like that, bro. And you know, that's kind of things we want to unpack. Like, what the hell happened, man? And I say it's black flight.
It is.
Check this out though, because we going on a certain kind of scale. When somebody says it's the poorest, this is the scale that's jotted down on paper.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah, it may be certain like what is that? The real estate aspect, but we got to go into a deeper point with this. When you're in a black neighborhood, the appraiser is going to appraise your property for way lower than what it's actually worth. Facts. And then on top of that, the money that we seeing, it's not on paper. You know what I mean?
A lot of money that IRS, yes.
Yeah, you'll never know. So it could be just like we'll say
they out there like Donald
Jay-Z
Trump
is worth $1 billion. We'll say Jay-Z worth $1 billion on paper. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling how many different other factions up under him is millions checking in. You know what I mean? Because we know the black market, that money is plentiful. You know, we spend a lot, and that money ain't just coming from nowhere. That buying power ain't coming from nowhere.
And you mentioned the real estate, and that's probably why it's being ranked that way, because they're trying to gentrify this area.
That lakefront property.
Yeah, they want to get it as cheap as possible. So by saying that it doesn't have the tax base, is allowing them to, you know, render it for cheaper.
Correct. according to my mom, who was a Panther, she was saying that Jeff and I haven't, gotten that for historical fact, but that the Stones were used as a faction by the Rockefellers to drive down, property values. But I haven't heard I haven't. It's hard for me to think that Jeff would just take that check and do that, but maybe it was indirectly. Maybe it was, I don't know. I don't know, but hey, that's the information, man. But and free Jeff Fort, by the way. All right, here we go here. Yeah. All right. Did you lose anyone to violence or, like drug abuse, prison, alcoholism, or mental illness? And if so, give me a sense of, and I'm saying like 5 of your closest guys, or just think of 10 guys when you was in 5th grade, 4th grade, everybody's got life ahead of them. 10 guys around that circle. Out of those 10 guys, talk to me about them.
If we just gonna keep it with the school people, because the loss was already there. I was already like mentally fucked up from losses way before that.
Wow.
But
before 5th grade?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like by the time I was in 5th grade, I was in 10 raids already. I'm talking about 10 years old, 10 raids,
Wow.
Just before I lived a certain kind of life. And like I was saying, living off the people in front of me, the things that they were doing, the way they was moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning from them and how to move. And that's, another reason why I move where I move, because if I'm already knowing how to maneuver in a raid before, I'm even hitting puberty, it's just altering the way I think about things. My father got killed by the police when I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? My cousin, when you were saying the mental things and the people get taken away from you for drugs, my cousin got her head cut off when I was like 9. And we walked past her head every day going to school. We thought it was a dead dog because we smelled it. So every day for like a week straight, we walked past and we smelled like, man, it was something. I remember this clear. I'm 37.
Wow. How old was she when she passed away?
She probably was like 22, 23 at the time.
Wow.
Probably a little older than that. But yeah, this was at 9 years old. So this is even before my friends started losing their life. I had lost my father to the police at 6. So many people went to jail. My cousin got her head cut off. My uncle got killed by his son. Just so many different things. This is before the 5th grade, you know what I mean? And now if we get into the people who I know at that point, I just got off the phone with my homie. They gave him like 120 some years, We used to be together all the time. Like I used to spend the night at my house. I used to spend the night at his house. And then like in the summer, in Chicago, like the summer changed. Like it'll go, one year we kicking the cool fan of Danny, then the summer come. Now you either jumping off the porch or whatever the case may be. He jumped off the porch into an extreme situation. And before he turned 18 years old, he was already heavy in it.
Man.
By the time we 21, he locked up for homicides, robberies, all type of shit. Really gave my man 120 some years. And he just called me the other day, and I still extend my love, or whatever. If I got it, I got you type shit. But man, the number of people lost before I even turned 10 is well over 10. It just and the mental aspect of it, I'm trying to find the best way to put it. The mental anguish, I'm just gonna put it that way. The mental anguish that we get from the cause and effects.
The trauma.
Just imagine being 6. Yeah, the trauma, exactly. Yeah. Just imagine being 6 years old, you know what I mean? You just not getting programmed into life,
Right. Yeah.
And your father gets killed by the police.
Man.
A part of you ain't even you don't even know. You know how we say fuck the police?
You're right.
You haven't even graduated to the point to where you can understand
what the police are supposed to be about.
You
right.
Still
right.
You police may be.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. You're breaking up. Hold on. It's breaking up. Hold on. I don't
exactly. Before you can even get NWA, I had to tell me that it was already. I'm getting low, big dog.
Hold on. All right. Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Cool. Cool. Hey man, this shit is great. By the way, this is great. Hey,
Can you re-say that? Because what you last said? Because
yeah, can you say that? Yeah, because
I
it
couldn't
broke
hear.
up.
It
We
broke up
want to
really
hear that.
bad, and the Self Love Nation needs to hear this
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what I was saying is like, okay, before I turned 10, it had already been extreme trauma hit to me. You know what I mean? My father got killed by the police at 6, and some of us have to get to a certain age where we fuck the police. You know,
Mhm.
what NWA was saying. Before I can even get to the point of maturity to understand why we say fuck the police or why we even got to that level, my mind was already fucked up by the police. You know, if you watch TV, you watch cartoons as a kid, they not saying fuck the police. You
No,
know, it's cops and robbers. You
right.
don't, you know, you're not in your
The
mind
cops
frame
are the
wanting to be
good
the
guys
robber.
and the
Yeah,
robbers are the
exactly.
bad guys. Right.
Exactly. You don't even know this yet. So as a kid, just imagine you haven't even got to the point where you're mature enough to understand the dynamics of the police, the slavery, quote unquote, situation with us, and the police kill your father. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what way anybody paint that, the police are going to be a bad person to you. You took my father from me. And then, okay, now I'm living in the streets. Now, you know what I mean? My cousin, she gets her head cut off. Like, literally, this is not a joke. You can, I don't know if you can Google this. Denise Williams, she got killed, I want to say 92. But around that time, it was a guy who was killing prostitutes and stuff like that. She was in the streets, you know, she was doing whatever she was doing in the streets. And there was a guy who was killing prostitutes. We never found out who did it, but
they never
that
caught the
was happening
serial
around
killer.
time.
Never caught the serial killer,
I don't
bro.
think they did. Yeah.
Wow. She's about our age, Self. So you probably, I'm telling you, you probably know her, man. I mean, she's like our age, man. Like,
Yeah, she definitely would have been about y'all age.
yeah.
So it's another person who got killed, and their son is passed now, but he kind of famous. I don't know. I ain't even gonna speak on that because that's somebody else's story. I'm gonna let you know, just in case we try to introduce them that way. But yeah, like before I even got to 5th grade, I was already damaged mentally, you know. But it just put a little more sauce into what I am, you know. I don't appreciate it, but you know, we move how we move. We can't take the oil out of the water. So you just gotta rotate with the shit, you know.
How many times you heard over there, it is what it is, right?
Hey, on my life, that's why
is.
we laugh at so much shit.
Man. Let me ask you though, bro. Who do you credit most though? And if you don't want to say a name, I mean that's cool. But like, you know, is it a family member or you know somebody that you know when you was over there that man nobody told you like, or what do you credit for? You know, getting you out of there in a certain way that you are now. Whom or what do you credit for that?
It's a few different things, but it's one specific person. I go see this lady still to this day. She was my teacher, my 5th grade teacher. Coincidentally, you said 5th grade. I was in gifted school. I was like extremely gifted with numbers. Still am. Like I can do multiplication like that easy. So she was 5th through 6th grade at that point. Then once I went to 7th grade, she switched from 7th to 8th grade. So she was my teacher from 5th to 8th grade. Without that woman, my mind wouldn't be as open it is now and as expanded it is now. Her name is Miss Hardison. She still teaches to this day. And I still pull up on her. One day I pulled up on her surprise. I still pull up on her to this day just to let her know, like, you saved my life for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this ain't even just no Disney story fairy tale shit, because you can go down the list of people who was sitting next to me. You know, like I said, my man got 120 something years, and we used to be together all the time. I got niggas who addicted to drugs and niggas who financially fucked up because they can't get their mind right.
Man,
I
the
got
trauma,
motherfuckers
bro.
the trauma.
Man.
I got motherfuckers who got more years in jail than they got alive. It's just so much shit. And without that lady opening my mind to certain shit, I wouldn't have went that way. You know,
wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't even known it existed. The other stuff she
I wouldn't even thought. Exactly. I would have just thought, okay, this is what it is. And this is how we're gonna live. There was her, Miss Hardison. There was my auntie. She moved my cousin out of the hood when he was in 6th grade and I was in 3rd grade. So I used to be able to visit them. and they lived in a white neighborhood. So I used to see like the difference of like, okay, we living like this, they living like that. And it's like now I don't have to accept this because I see something else. Maybe I'm living in this
You
physically.
said it don't have to be like this. There is another something. Yeah.
Exactly. I can remember being a kid, you know, and what's crazy is I can say a kid on the block doing whatever, making our money. And I used to look in the sky and I used to say to myself, one day I'm gonna look down and everything will be different. And shit, that comes from seeing different, seeing that
Facts.
it is a different way out here.
Facts.
And yeah, maybe physically I'm right here right now. And real quick, Tupac said, what he say? Get my weight up with my hate and pay it back when I'm bigger. That line used to stay on my head as a kid. And when he said that, what I heard was get my money right and get away from this shit. I'm not gonna pay you back as far as hurting you. I'm gonna get out of this shit and try to get my people out of this shit.
Right.
But that's why I still appreciate that lady, Miss Hardison, because I want to get out of this shit. And a lot of our people are complacent. They don't know. They haven't seen that other shit. They think, okay, this is what it is. And they get to a point where you go from, okay, man, I don't like this, to this is all I got. This is all it is. And you be feeling like I can't fight this big current. It's because you don't see this other shit. And I was able to see this other shit. And it let me know, like, shit, get your weight up, with you keep building yourself up. Keep going. Then eventually you can get to the other side. Shit, I got to the other side of that wave, my nigga. Look, I can't go. I'm not going back.
Right.
On the other side of that wave.
Right.
I'm not going.
Hey, Self, I remember I was talking to him, and hopefully we'll get into it later. One time on the way to the crib, and he was talking about like some of the rappers, you know, and I wasn't into the drill. Like he would be asking me, you heard of such and such? And then if he played a song, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I know that, but I didn't really know him. You remember I had tuned out. I didn't really know what the hell was going on. And then you start hearing in the news, rapper killed. But I was tuning out. And but he had mentioned certain cats, and he was telling me he was like in the business, managing different people. He was like, man, these cats wild though, bro. And I'm like, but you wild. I don't know if you remember that. I don't mean wild, but I'm like, and I was telling him
several on the I can remember the E-way right by the train. Drive down the E-way, smoke this shit.
Yeah. And it was like a tug of war. It was like a tug of war, because he was telling me like, man, like it's levels to this. Wow, that's what he was trying to tell me. Like, and I think artists, and I know Chicago, I know the South Side, I know South Shore area. I know what's going on. Don't get me wrong. I ain't never been naive, but I didn't really know, like, man, these cats was the exact same cats that's about it, and they happen to be rapping. I never put all that together, man. I said, wow.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, to manage these cats it's like managing a drug dealer. It's like managing a goon. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And you putting yourself at risk for real.
Man, you're putting yourself at risk for stuff. That's what you were saying, for stuff they into and all types of stuff. Yep. Look at Vine Manager. He look a little nervous. Kind of remind me of you, just more feminine. If you're feminine version of but big ups to Vine Manager. I got enough.
He just a little, it's a different era. They a little
it
younger.
is.
They just what's crazy? I was just on Clubhouse. I be on the Clubhouse fucking with them. And the kids, they be tripping. They be talking about, and they accepting some of the craziest shit. I'm like, no, bro, that's suspect.
I can't accept it. Right. But they be on the internet and they don't know who else. It might be somebody pretending to be a 18-year-old kid from Chicago. There's some suspect guy in there, telling them that, that's normal. But all right, I digress. So big ups to the teacher, man, and we'd like to maybe we can get her book for our education series. That'd be super dope. You know what I mean? So we'll talk to you about it. That'd be dope. And we haven't had a female teacher, and big ups to the teachers. As a silverback big homie, you've reached big homie status. And the reason we call it silverback is because we want our fucking silverback. So what advice would you give to a little homie who may have been in your situation, limited resources, limited mentors, and they over there in it, man? They over there in it. You know what I'm saying? What would you tell them?
If you in it, get to your money. Focus on your money. Right now is not permanent. Keep your head on the swivel. Focus on your money. Save that money. You ain't jumping in this game to stay in this game. You jump in this game to get out this game. Stack that bread. every dime that you spend is keeping you in that game. You know what I mean? You didn't wake up to make that 500 to turn around and give it back
Give
to
it
the
to
system
Gucci
that
for a
don't give a
belt.
fuck about you. Exactly. You made that 500 to build your bricks, your stepping stone to get up out that shit. Again, get my weight up with my hate and pay them back when I'm bigger. Get that bread. Go ahead, stack that shit. Look as bummy as whatever. Don't worry about what they talking about, what you look like. Stack that money. Because if you do this consistently for 5 straight years, stack that money, go crazy, stack that money, invest, you will have the tools that you need to get out of it. But a lot of them in the middle of it, every dime that they touching, they turn around and giving it back because those waves, no matter what, it's a lot of waves. Those waves are heavy.
And with that lifestyle, correct me because these are lessons from you. I'm giving lectures, but I would think that lifestyle would have you kind of, everybody's telling you, man, you're going to be dead or in jail before you're 25. You're going to be dead or in jail before you're 25. So when you're 18 and you getting a stack of money and everybody telling you you're going to be locked up forever or dead by the time you're 23, you're going to be dead. So why wouldn't you go downtown and buy Gucci and buy some Gucci shoes and just spend it as quick as you get it? Because you've been programmed that you're going to be dead when in the most part, you won't be dead. You're going to either be in jail or you're going to be somewhere broke. What would you say to that?
That's understandable, and that's kind of the hard thing to push towards the younger because that is a reality. You can look up. I got a homie. He got locked up when he was 17. I was like 14, so he's 40 now. He's 3 years older than me. He hasn't been home since then. He did not do it. It's a murder and attempt murder. He been gone for 23 years. He definitely did not do it, and it's that's understandable that you could be in a situation not only for something you did, for something you didn't do, but you can just get caught up in some bullshit. So I understand why a motherfucker want to get them Jordans, but it's having faith in yourself. It's having faith that you can maneuver through this. Once you realize, okay, this world is aimed against you. You know what I mean? It hates you. But you're still able to get up and feed yourself. You're not only able to get up and feed yourself, you're able to buy them $200 shoes.
Man.
You're able to buy them $300 jeans. You're able
put
to
some food
do
in
all
the fridge
that.
for your little brother or whatever.
Man, if you're able to do all that in a world that hates you, just imagine if you focus on that one lane, you can get up out this shit. Just understand that you got to turn that faith and really believe in yourself. And just, all right, Lil Herb is one of the prime examples. Shorty really from it, like for real, that's the little homie and them, all that.
Yes, sir.
He really from it, and he put his faith in himself, and he focused. He kept going. Shorty is a millions.
Yeah.
You hear me? Millions. Yeah. He just focused. That's the prime example of just focusing on what you here for. You ain't here to stay in it. You here to get out of it. Align your plan.
Man, great. And bro, that completes the first segment, and appreciate that. And it looks like we're pretty clear in the chat, Self Love. So you guys want to like, share, subscribe?
Please like, share, subscribe, get it spread far and wide. We need all the like minds to collide, come together.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to share this. How do I share it? Oh, okay, I see it right there.
Yeah. All right, so now, Self, you got a question for the brother before I jump into the next segment?
What got you into the management field?
It was honestly therapy for me. Like living, like coming up how we came up or whatever, it was a lot of messed up stuff. I think, that's what happened. My little brother, he's in jail right now for a double homicide on police. They gave him forever. And he had just got locked up for that. I was going through like separation between my kids, mom and my kids. I was, trying to take care of the family stuff. That wasn't working out. Money wasn't all the way there. And my mind was in a lot of different places because something else was going on too that I don't want to speak of. But it was all in reference to, a nigga possibly not being here no more. Either death or the long-term jail. So it was like, my
stuff
mind
over
was
your
going
head.
crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, stuff was over my head like a motherfucker. So
Man.
I had to put my brain somewhere else so I wouldn't
Right.
really like literally go crazy.
Well,
for real.
yeah.
So my little cousin, he was rapping, and that's what's crazy. I was at Lee Nez with you, man. My cousin was rapping, and I just started honing in on that. I focused on that, pushing that, and you know, look, cuz didn't take it all the way serious, but I'm seeing the skill he got. I'm seeing.
It's the Spooks. Hold on one second, bro. Hold on. It's the Spooks. Whenever he starts, see that? Remember, he was at his cousin.
It was even we didn't even keep buzz. King Louis was buzzing.
Hold on. Hey,
let me
Lenny
know
B.
whenever you're ready.
Lenny B, go back to where you started talking about your cousin. It froze up, and we got to hit this. It ain't nothing but the Spooks, man. Me and Self Love. We got the Spooks, man. Small ups to the CIA. They be fucking with us. But go ahead, bro. Can you repeat that? You was talking about your cousin. You found out he had skills. Realized he was talented.
Yeah, Lil Cuz was nice with the rap. Like he still is nice with the rap. He had a song with Adele on it. This when Adele was first not buzzing. Like people was getting hip to her. He had used some of her vocals on one of the songs, and it was a hit. To me, it was a hit. I love music, and I'm honest with music, and it was a hit. So I started chiming in with him, and I just started pushing his stuff, searching for people, finding ways to get into it, learning about the music business. And in the meanwhile, promoting him and trying to get him out there. A few different situations exposed that like he wasn't really ready to dig in as far as his craft. He got the skills, but he wasn't ready to focus on that, and that comes from deprivation, not having enough money. A nigga need to focus on getting money.
Man.
Not, you know what I mean? I can't write, I'm nice with this rap shit, but I
can't be it if I can't see it. Right. I can't
Exactly.
Man.
He, a motherfucker not really seeing the fact that it's tens of millions of dollars in this shit because we hadn't made it to the Chief Keef era yet. We hadn't made it to Lil Durk and Herb and them doing what they doing. Okay. So he probably didn't see it. So I'm rocking with him, and then I'm going crazy. That's just me, period. I really don't sleep that much. I be going crazy, and he just kind of fell to the wayside. He started doing dumb shit, and it was like I'm already using this as therapy. You know what I mean? I'm using this to get my mind off this. I can't put more bullshit on top of that.
To have to worry about. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had to step away. But what I realized is, the people who I was associating with, who was fucking with me because how I was grinding, they was climbing. It's a guy called D Brooks Exclusive. We was kind of chopping it up a little bit on the internet. We was cool a little bit. I really didn't know him like that, but he was receptive to what I had going on. Right now, he got like platinum plaques with NBA YoungBoy, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I had fell back and he kept doing his thing. I'm not saying that that's my homie or nothing like that. It just, we was at the same level at one point and I fell back, but he kept going. Right now, he has platinum plaques. So I started seeing him climbing and other people who was at the same level I was climbing. So I'm like, damn, if I would have just kept my foot on the gas, I could have been at a certain level.
But who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Oh no, it ain't over. We still grinding. We
well, I know you're still grinding, but I'm saying had you not, I'm just saying it's possible though, bro. Had you kept your foot on the gas, anything could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you wouldn't be here, or maybe you would have been in jail. So I'm just saying, yeah, we still grinding. Right. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. We still gonna make it work, and I'm a firm believer in like your soul know is destination before it jump in your body.
Correct.
So maybe I don't see it with my mind's eye right now as far as what's going on. But whatever I am, the essence of it knows what's up. I keep a good heart. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm trying to help everything that's happening. Like you say, I ought to put my foot on the gas, maybe some more bullshit. Maybe a lesson that I need to know before I jump in that I hadn't learned yet, So
maybe you'd have been one of those Aluma booty. Maybe you'd have been one of those Aluma booty sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? You never know, man. Man, listen. Then it was gonna be a problem, they'd have been talking about, we'd have been at leading edge. Man, a little homie. Hey, but Diesel, not to cut you off, bro, but I don't know if you remember the Puerto Rican. You remember Diesel? He used to work at Leading Edge, Puerto Rican. He said,
Yeah.
yeah, he said we had he's
Yeah.
yeah. He said we had no idea what was going on back then with the drill scene when it was just starting. But he said that you used to always be talking about the current rappers and those newer rappers from the drill scene. He did, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's be
That's
telling
what's
us
up.
about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I definitely was always on it, and the people who actually like when Dirk, was fresh in the shit. My man SB, he was Dirk manager. Him and Dirk like brothers. They got a tight ass relationship right now. He
Okay.
done managed Lil Zay. He done managed Tink. A lot of people he's managed has come to do their thing. So back a long time ago, before anybody knew who Dirk was, I'm helping him push him like, man, whatever you need type shit, I got you. And now Dirk is one of the top 5 artists in the world. You know what I mean?
Man, he's
So
right
it's like,
behind Drake.
yeah, like right there, like he's in those conversations, the little babies, you know what I mean, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it's crazy to see, like, it's like you knew that was coming, like you knew what was up, and that's why I was saying, like, if I would have kept my foot on the gas, maybe it would have been in a better position right now. But maybe I'm in the best position right now anyway, so I ain't no talk. But yeah, it just that therapy, it was therapy for me. And it didn't work out with Lil Cuz. What'd you say?
Was Drake already singing, man, back in the day? Was he already the voice, or was he just straight rapping back when?
Drake at that point, I don't think we.
I mean, not Drake. Lil Durk. My fault. Lil Durk was Drizzy.
he wasn't singing.
Okay.
He wasn't singing yet.
Wow. I thought he would have started out singing. He comes off to me like he started out R&B, and then I think it was once he, made his locks blind, man. When you talk to Dirk, man, you tell him the real dreads, man. You tell him the old dreadheads, man. Man, you can't be doing that shit. Big ups, Lil Durk, big ups. I got enough problems be, fucking around with Dirk. You know what I'm saying? Self, they. All right, here we go. Foundational questions, though, bro. So, this is a Self-Love Nation, and we're about more growth and development. So here's where we get into our foundational questions that we ask everybody. The first one is, as a Black man, what's your take on reparations?
I think we deserve reparations, but I also think we still get reparations. We get reparations for being Black. I think we put too much value. I don't want to sound like we don't need to put as much value on the money.
Well, hold on.
But I don't think we put enough value on what we are. How? Go ahead.
So it was just breaking up. I didn't want to. Yeah. No, we hear you. It was just breaking up. I didn't want to. Go ahead, bro. You said we don't put enough value.
We don't put enough value on us, what we are, how innovative we are, how influential we are. Maybe on paper we don't have the gobs of money that we'd like to have, but as I've been saying for a long time, the amount of energy and money that we dish out, our Caucasian counterparts are driving Maseratis and living in mansions. We're just not focusing our energy in the right places to get those things. So, yeah, we think we may be on a certain level, but we're definitely on a way higher level than we assume. Like everything in this world is influenced by what we are. Just pay attention to what we got, what we're wearing, what people clothes we're wearing, the way they talk. They just put finna in a dictionary. They, shit like that. The Kanye West is worth $6.6 billion. I just saw that on some shit right before y'all called. He worth $6.6 billion because of his shoes. You know what I mean? The Yeezys are everywhere. Jordans are everywhere. Nikes are everywhere. And that's all because of what we wear. It's all because of how we move. They're not wearing these shoes because motherfucking Bill Gates wearing these shoes. They're wearing these shoes because a Black man named Michael Jordan was outstanding on that court. So we may not be getting, the shit that we deserve from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street that they burned down, the place that was originally what is that? Central Park. The land that was ours.
Yeah.
And so many others. We may not be getting that, but we still are hurting these little white boys and girls into wanting to be 2 Chainz, into wanting to be. That's what we got Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? We may not have it right now. We may not be in a certain position right now, but every time they push play to one of these songs, every time they want to emulate what we are, we're getting closer and closer and closer to being higher and higher and higher. And 50 years from now, you know, and that's where the white supremacy shit comes from, to me at least. 50 years from now, we just keep making love. The white people are going to go further
I've
and
not
further
been
down.
saying that, so
Yeah.
we got to pull out our guns.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
we've been holding back, you know, and they talking about the Second Amendment rights, and, you know, the women have to stand behind us, you know. Yeah, honey, I had to go, you know, impregnate some Karens. It's hard work to do. You know what I mean? And some of the women will be out doing it. And I get the young guys out there doing it. I teach them how to act pink. You know what I mean? Hi. Hello. Yeah. We're going to get Bitcoin. Bitcoin tomorrow. Bitcoin today. You sit out there and talk about the Packers and stuff and get them pregnant. You know what I mean? And the more them become black. Hey, but that's what I've been saying. This is my weapon. This is my gun. And white supremacy is truly worried about that. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I agree. Man, this has been an expansive conversation. We're here with Lenny B, in case y'all didn't know. And man, he was talking about Central Park, and he was meaning there was a black community there before Central Park that was a very, very thriving community. I just wanted to make sure that was clear to everybody.
Yes, and I forgot the name of it, but they tore it down or something and then just made it a park and didn't pay nobody.
Yeah. So dig this. Like, let's check the chronological part of this, if I said that right.
Well, the chronology, but you said it better than
slavery was abolished. What was that? 1869 or something like that.
65, 65, yeah.
Okay, so dig this, right? Tulsa, Oklahoma was burned down in like 1910 or something like that.
Correct.
So we fresh off slavery.
Yes.
40, 50 years. If I don't want to go out of this and Google or nothing like that, but if y'all can, we can get the exact times. So we ain't too far off slavery, but we got a whole community.
Well, here's what I don't know if I had mentioned this to you, brother, but I know I've been pushing this along these lines. I think, I know you know about Musa, whatever, the richest man ever, by far. I mean, ever. He'll make Gates and all of these guys look like whatever.
Yeah, nothing. He had it.
I think the reason why we as a people thrived, and I mean, the gods, is because, if you look in the scripture, in the Bible, I lose every time I do this, I lose subscribers, you know what I mean? But I'm just talking about, scripture, and there's stuff written before the Bible that will say the same thing. But it was a story about the talents, y'all. And so like the Lord, he left, the landowner, left, and he said, look, keep this money for me. And then one guy went out and spent it on booze and partied, and blew the money. Another guy just buried it in the dirt, and then another guy invested it. And he was the most displeased with the person who just buried the money in the dirt. And I think that what makes us great economically is our ability to not squeeze that penny. The fact that we're so open. I was listening to a podcast earlier. They were saying that, for instance, Lenny B could own a This Is Us. This is black people. And I don't know if it's good heart. I don't know if it's cheap. I don't know if it's petty. But Lenny B could own and they do it in the drug game. But let's just make it a legitimate business. He can own a corner store and have all his pricing, and we're all over there buying from him. And another person from outside our community, a whole different race, can open up a corner store right next door to him, lower the prices by like 20%, and everybody will stop going to Lenny B and will start going to that other place. And I'm telling y'all, we are the only nation of people that move like that. Second part, in the world. So my theory, Lynn, and I'll get it back to y'all, is that our freeness with our money, because currency is to flow. It's come from a Latin term, career, which means to flow. And I think that, like you said, after slavery, how we came up so fast is because we was building. And okay, I need the wood, and he's got the wood, and he's chopping down the tree. We wasn't sitting there holding on to money, and my kids are gonna need this, and my grandkids. We was out there. Let me go get a haircut. Let me go get my locks done. Let me get my shoes shined. And the little guy, instead of the guys playing the bongo and doing nothing, which making noise, it's great. I'm not saying they doing nothing. I love those kids. I bless them. But they used to be out doing stuff, carrying groceries, shining shoes. And we weren't telling them, get away from me, I'm petty, and get away from me, I'll do it myself. No, the spirit of us was, man, here you go, little man. Like Bishop Don Juan. Here y'all go. Do this. Here y'all go. And everybody was growing and growing and growing and growing. And I think that's how Black Wall Street, and that's how we always blow up.
Tulsa specifically.
But now, I'm getting right to you. But now we don't have Black places to spend that money, and that's why we're getting blood sucked. But go ahead, Self.
Tulsa specifically was had free people that was already affluent behind that. They were, one of them was already a senator for the Republican Party and had been, and then they've been enacted all that Jim Crow and got him out of there. But he had a big thing there, and then there was a car maker that was also the two guys that bought all of the area, and then started bringing in, and on top of that, as slaves, we did all of the labor, so we had all of the skill.
We had all the skills, yeah. But I'm saying but we were spending it, man, and we were spending it with each other, and that's the thing. And as long as you're spending it within your community, you don't really have to save it and put it in the bank. If just really think about this concept, if me, you, and LB was a community, if we was all roommates, and we said every penny we spend it with each other, we would never have to save a dime, and neither of us would never be broke. I mean, just really think about that.
We would get everything we need, and we would just keep the money within us.
That's it.
Completely barter. I mean,
that's it. Man, and that's how other races do, because they'll be like, okay, well, Lenny B's son is into this. I'll be hearing them talk. Do you know anybody who's into this? Yes, he's into that. Such and such's cousin is into that. And we don't do that for each other. We'll refer the Asian place down the street, the white, I go to a place over there. I mean, I don't know if that's good about us, if that's bad, but the bottom line is we need to build businesses, gentlemen, so we can get the money. All right.
Exactly. So we can get the money.
So we can get the money. All right, but we gotta get it back to Leonard. All right. All right, let's see.
Because I do want to touch on this, and I don't think enough people, I don't know how many people listening right now or whatever, but I don't think enough people realize like how fast we went from slavery, abolished slavery. We still was being enslaved. We still had the messed up mental with the shit, but we still have a community that was fresh off slavery, only 40, 50 years, if that, maybe 30 years, thriving. So here we go 100 years after that, and we're still not thriving. So that is something else going on here. It's certain systems in place to, once you get to a certain level, knock you down.
And we're not doing it together, man.
Right. That's the
Self Love and I talking about building up Riverdale, and we want you in there with us, and we're gonna get about 300 Black men, and we don't want to hear, my wife and my baby mama don't want it. We don't want to hear none of that. I'm telling you, man, we chopping off your gonads when we start hearing any of that. And my wife been hearing it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a new day, bro. George Floyd, man, we got to get up, man. They're gonna kill us all one by one. Right. And we, in Black men, we use women as excuses for a lot of shit. I've done it. My mom won't and my wife won't. You know what I mean? But hey, it's up for us, man, to move, and either they come with us or they don't.
It's all evolution though, but that's kind of a way that we get tricked. We kind of get tricked by the love, the same people we love, we want them to get out, and we know how time sensitive life is. So we try to give them the game, but at the same time, they looking at life through a different eye. They looking at life as time sensitive as well. Or I'm hungry. So you may be food. While you looking at them, it's like, man, I got to get us out this water. He may be looking at your ass like food. So it's like, yeah,
true.
Yeah. I love my wife. I love my mama. I love my grandma. but they don't have the same vision they have a vision of complacency where they're cool with just working, 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 working.
Correct.
And I'm trying to let you know, Mom Dukes, this slavery, that 9 to 5, that renting,
Man.
all that shit, that's slavery. You
Hey,
ain't doing nothing but using your existence to keep them afloat.
That pink man pulling you over and talking to you any old kind of way they want to, no matter how old you are, what you're doing for a living. Yeah, that's no good.
At all. But a lot of us don't see that we have the power to get away from that.
Correct.
So it's like you say, my wife, because my wife, she may feel like, man, I need this job. Without this job, then we ain't gonna do this. But you may look at life like, man, fuck this job. This job is just a stepping stone. So now your wife's decisions, the influence that she has on your life, she's pushing it with the mind frame of, I need this job.
Yeah.
So she inflicting a little fear in you to not take that
Yeah.
leap. And your mind frame is, fuck this job. So it's like she may be holding you back.
Correct.
Not saying that
Or
she's
vice
purposely
versa.
doing something
Correct.
wrong to you.
Correct.
Yeah, but exactly, or vice
Correct.
versa. Not
Correct.
saying neither one of y'all are purposely doing something wrong to the other, saying y'all not on the same page. And if you know within your soul that we can go from slavery to Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Man.
baby, I love you, but I got to put these shoes on. I got to get to going.
And that's what I'm
Yes,
talking
sir.
about, bro. And that's what I'm saying. And that we looking for 300 men like that. Because, bro, I already talked, man, the train is going out there. Man, they call that the poorest area. I mean, I don't want you,
That's Jeffrey that you got behind you, ain't it? That's the same
Yeah.
person, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I'm already good. That's back in
That's
the
old
day.
school, too. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Straight up.
Yes, sir. Hey, but let's get to the next foundation question. Any myth or stereotype regarding black men from Chicago that you feel the need to clear up?
Yeah, they what's crazy is like I just went through this last night or the other day. So like I travel a lot and I'm like nice, I don't have anything behind me being nice to somebody. So I went to All-Star Weekend a couple weeks ago, and I got relationships with whoever, and it was some young girls. Maybe not, that sounds kind of messed up. There wasn't young girls, younger than me, in their 20s, 25, 29,
Right,
stuff like that. And I'm inviting them to places like, hey, we have this going on. For one, it's gonna make the scenery better if we have a lot of beautiful women there. For
That's
two, I can introduce you to people, or you may be beneficial to me. I may be beneficial to you. I'm trying to be utilized in my community. So if I can help you and you can help me, let's bump into each other.
Man,
let's see what's up.
let's
So
build.
they automatically think that, okay, he trying to hit on me, or he trying to get something from me. No, that's not the case. Like, we're just because I'm interacting, that don't mean I have malicious intent. I guess that's where I'm going. Because it's not always with a man and a woman. It could be a man and a man. I got some little homies I had to take with me to let them know, like, nah, I'm not trying to get nothing from you. Let's just pile up in this vehicle. It's 20 of us. Come on, get up in here. I'm gonna take y'all down here. We're gonna go for 2 days. We're gonna have a nice time. No, I don't want nothing from y'all. I'm just trying to show y'all different. I'm trying to show y'all what was shown to me. And a lot of them, they couldn't mentally wrap their minds around the fact that someone is trying to do something for them for nothing.
They can't.
And and it's like and that's another thing I'm trying to put in their mind. If you so much around people who you think, either you got to do something for them to do something to you, or they trying to get something out of you every step of the way, you're around the wrong people. That's not love. That's manipulation, or that's misusing you. Again, I want you to use me because I want to be usable, but don't misuse me. Don't just have me around just because of this. Have me around because you love me, but also know that I can take great pictures. I can do great videos. So utilize me, but just don't have me just because of that. Love me too,
Man. And that's supposed to be a business relationship. And some people don't get that, bro. Like they don't get it, and it's sad, and I pray for them. That like you said, some people don't get the simple relationship. You don't know what that is behind me though, L Boogie. But some people don't.
Honestly, I can't right now. I don't know.
Some people don't get the simple relationship of what he's saying, and that's how difficult it's going to be to rebuild our community. You could walk past a a person and say, hey, good afternoon, Queen. You don't know me. I ain't no effing Queen. And it's like, wow, and they'll just come out a bag on you. And again, you don't know what people have been through, but I don't think I've ever been in such a bad place where somebody could walk up to me and say, hey, what's up, King? I ain't know him effing King. Yeah. And I'm like, man, when did this world become that? You don't know me. Wow. Wow, man. And then I'll be thinking, you know what I'll be thinking, L Boogie? Because you know me. You don't know me either, but everybody just keeps it pushing. You know what I'm saying? All right, but here we go.
That's because I'm coming peaceful, though.
It's because I'm grown, man. We silverbacking out here. All right. What would you like to see foundational Black Americans do? And you kind of got into it, I think, when you were talking about Black Wall Street. But what do we need to do, bro, to get our money right as a community?
Stick with each other. Have more faith in what we are. Stop putting more faith in this other system. We whitewash like a motherfucker. We believe the white Jesus is gonna save us at the end of the life. It's like we believe white Santa Claus gonna give us gifts at the end of the year. It's all mental. Like we mentally fucked.
It's true.
So we automatically think because the white nigga did it that he's better at doing this than your homie. You know what I mean? This dude looks. Nipsey Hussle said this one day, right? So let's say you ran through the hood, you looking for ops. You gonna rap past the Chinese nigga. You gonna rap past the white nigga. You gonna rap past, you may rap past the whatever other nigga, but the person who looks like you, who dress like you, who moves like you, that's who you looking for to kill. So essentially, you looking to wipe yourself out, and you don't even see it. You looking at this the op, this that, and the third, but if you ran through a hood and you looking for the ops, if you see a white nigga on the street, you gonna bypass him. You is not going. He ain't gonna be the op.
Man.
But the mental fuck is you believe at the end of your life, white Jesus is gonna save you. Just like you believe at the end of the year, white Santa Claus is gonna bring you gifts. It's all the same thing, metaphorically speaking. But we just ain't wrapped our minds around this shit. Like,
it's true.
What the fuck? Like. So I wish that we can put more faith in ourselves and create a real foundation for ourselves and be self-sufficient.
Bro, as a parent, even if you want to sell this concept of Santa Claus, to ever present a white Santa Claus in front of your child is diabolical, but it's the brainwashing that you're talking about. Because now you're pushing this, and this is coming from my parent, which is my God. And it don't matter what color. I'll be hearing Black people. It don't matter what color Jesus is. It don't matter what color. Yeah, but he's always white. Mighty funny.
Right.
White.
Right. If it didn't matter what color, why?
If it didn't matter, why did they change it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Correct. Why did they change his image from the beginning? Correct. Yep. If it didn't matter, why did they? Yeah, that's a great point. I hope we didn't lose him.
My bad. I got a phone call.
You good. I was going to ask you real quick though, bro. How you feel about violations, complete violations all the way around, head to toe, for the lean and certain pills? How you feel about that?
I appreciate violations, not just the lean and pills and all that, because it's correction. If you stepping out of bounds, if it's a certain way things should be to enrich what we are. I'm not saying that anybody sets the standard of life, but if it's known that 500 years down the line, if we stay down this path, this is what's going to be beneficial to us. If you step outside of that, like knowingly, maliciously, all right, yeah, get you back online. You know what I mean?
Right.
This ain't to diminish or kill you or fuck you up. This is to get your mind in the right place. And most
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Only understand loss or pain.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What I'm saying, bro, is like when I came up, you couldn't, even if you did, cocaine, you didn't walk around, man, let's go do some cocaine. Let's go get some crack. Yeah, I'm talking about the guys now, you know what I'm saying? I just don't remember that. And so I'm not judging. Self Love and I, we don't like the judging, because I get it. But bro, gee, I mean, I'm saying, man, like I just working off a theory that this lean, and I sound like an old man now, when this lean and these pills got people doing stuff that I don't think they would regularly do. And I'm saying certain pills, bro, you know, because I know I sound old though, because people used to blame crack for everything, and they used to blame weed before that, and they, you know what I mean. So I don't know. What do y'all say about that? I want violations though. I don't want that poison in the community. I'm sorry.
I want to touch on a few things that you just said
Please
though.
touch on
But
it.
yeah, the
Yeah,
violations.
yeah, all the
I'm
way
with the
around.
violation. I'm with
Thank
the
you.
violations because it's like,
Tori is too. Well, go ahead.
so it's like, let's say if your kid, if you know, you're telling your kid this, that, and the third, this is what, you know, sustains us. This is what makes us better, and we grow every year off this. And then
Correct.
your kid is pouring that down the drain. You got to get your kid. You can talk to your kid. You know what I mean? Eventually, it has to get to a point to where you need to understand this.
Correct.
If talking to you doesn't get it, okay. If we can have our conversations, hopefully that helps where I don't have to get to the violation part. If talking to you ain't getting it, if taking things from you ain't getting it, I guess we got to get barbaric. We have to get to something. We have to get our point across to let you know you fucking up the whole lineup of things. We trying to
I got
get
a good
you in the
analogy.
best place.
I got a good analogy, bro. We're all on a ship together, and some jackass has got a drill. Speaking of drill, and they're drilling a hole right in the middle of the ship, and we're like, wait, man, we can't. I know you want to do that, right? And I know you do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do what you want. I know you about it, and I know you're against it and all that. But if you drill that hole, we're all gonna fucking die. Yeah, but this man is paying me a stack of money to drill this hole. But if you drill this hole, yeah, but I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get a helicopter and get off. Yeah, and that's why you ain't drilling this hole. I think that's a good analogy.
Exactly. Because you gonna get off, and we gonna be dead while you somewhere else. Now you need the nigga who gave you the $1,000. So now you in that $1,000 realm, and now your dumb ass is the only one of us there. Now they can easily wipe you off because
Now you
it's no more
gone
of
and
us.
take all that money back, stupid. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up the weed thing. I think I had this conversation with you a long time ago, and I've been telling people this since I was 17 years old. Not even just the weed, the food that we eat. It's just not. The only reason weed is illegal or was illegal is because hemp is stronger than paper. So way back when, the people who had the juice, as far as political juice, they had lumber yards, and hemp was going to be stronger than paper, and it was going to pretty much outdo the lumber. So instead of letting it be a competition thing, they outlawed hemp. They banned hemp. And that's why that's the only reason weed was illegal ever. That was the only reason weed ever was illegal. But we not even doing our research. We just going along with what we're being told. And from that, we got so many people locked up, and it was a domino effect. They were like, okay, we can lock these niggas up for it and make more money. But weed ain't never done nothing wrong, at least from my perspective. Motherfucker ain't never OD'd off no weed. Maybe your ass done got a little lazy, slowed down.
Fell asleep.
Don't do it too much. Yeah, you fell asleep when you weren't supposed to. Don't be excessive with the shit. You know,
Correct.
If you want to, do your thing, but you ain't finna be smoking weed to the point where you drilling a hole in our
anything
shit.
you doing, if you can't function, that's not for you, people. Right?
Exactly.
I've seen people that they smoke a little bit. It's like, no, you got to choose something else. You know what I mean? You should have nothing. I'm going to say that for the record in case there's some kids out there. But yeah, if you're doing anything and I don't want to keep harping on lean because I sound like an old man. But all right, here we go.
No, that lean shit, I definitely don't agree with that. I got a little homies. I've even tried it before, and that I would not touch that shit again. That shit really does. It's like, I think it's heroin, like for real, because I've seen motherfuckers nodding off heroin.
Yeah, and then they say they be sharding their pants too. So now you got your Gucci drawers on, and your pants hanging down. They cooning us, man. They cooning us. They got kids walking down the street with shard in their pants, man.
Let's put more faith in us, though, because when you say they're cooning us, that means they have the ability and the power to. We're cooning us.
We're cooning.
They're putting it out there, and we're grabbing it. We're cooning us. There ain't nobody else doing. I live my life. I'm very much so liberated. Ain't nobody made me do shit.
Hey.
If I decided to pick up that, I decided to pick up that.
No,
We're cool enough.
This is great coming from you, bro. I mean, seriously, this is great. Self, did you want to get in there before I go to the next question?
Nah, I was going to mention that cotton was also with the marijuana, because it made better clothes, it made rubber, it made everything.
Oh, you're saying cotton was part of the lobby against marijuana as well?
Yeah,
it made it an evil, wacky plant, so that way nobody
lumber and the cotton.
Got you. I thought you were saying we were smoking cotton too. I'm like, well, shit. Cotton field was a whole different thing.
You know,
wasn't
we don't smoke no white stuff. We don't smoke no white stuff.
All right, here we go. All right. Are you currently mentoring anyone?
I do. Maybe not directly at this point because the hood done got real crazy. But I still reach out to the bros. You know, I'm not so quick to take anybody with me anymore because we done lost some people, like from people that was close to us, and it's getting weirder and weirder. And I do have somewhere I believe I'm going, and I don't want no crab in the barrel to pull me down or have me somewhere dead or in jail of no dumb shit. But I think I'm helping by living the way I'm living, being positive. I've always lead with peace and love. Somebody try to come with negativity, I hit them with the peace and love. Still, you know what I mean? Bro, I hug a nigga.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't, you know, bro. If you get too aggressive, I'm gonna get away from you. But if it's at a point where I can calm this down, bro, I crack a joke. Yeah, but you need a blunt, you need something to smoke, yeah, whatever. I'll
right,
feed
yeah,
you.
dude. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to kill a situation. It ain't nothing about being scared.
Nah.
Well, I'm lying. It is something about being scared, but it's not scared of what you're gonna do to me. I'm scared of what the outcome gonna be from the
what
loss.
might happen. Yes,
because in the end, ain't none of us Superman. You know,
in the end, it's all bad.
Yeah, that you know, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But is that conducive to where we're going?
Is that what I woke up this morning to say? I want to get into this nonsense with this, you know, with this effery, with this fuck boy, right? You know what I mean? Exactly. You have to be saying that. Like, is this premeditated? Like, what is this? Is this something random? Like, I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. And you can get your whole life, you can get 120 years behind one bad moment, man.
Yeah.
Man, when you could have just did what he said, you know, man, want to smoke one? Let's go smoke one. You know, let's build together, you know, and somebody be like, you know what? Yeah. And
if they can't receive that, then it's still peace and love. It's just either you're not where I'm at yet, or shit, maybe I'm not where you're at yet.
Man, but L Boogie, so our mentor program, we don't have it now, but we're working on it. We're looking at doing something where it's would it be more like on Zoom? So you're not, you know what I mean? It'd be more like on Zoom, you know, and so you can mentor like that, and it's not like you're getting caught up and you know what I mean, and the feds are watching, and then who's that guy? He's the guy bringing all the shit, you know. And no, I'm the mentor. You know, now your phone tap. I know how they get down. You know what I mean? They see you once out there with the guys. You know what I mean? Who's that guy? Just tap his phone. All right, here we go. What should foundational Black Americans do? We kind of covered that. What can Black men do? Yes, I like this one. What can or could or should brothers do to protect our women who are being murdered, kidnapped, and trafficked? Bro, if you saw the numbers, you'd smack yourself. So what do you think we could do to kind of, protect our women?
I think we could be more patient with them. This isn't directly I think through the door, we have to be more calm and patient with them. Right now, women are very much so aggressive, and I think I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with an aggressive woman, but they're wearing hats that I don't think that they should have to wear, and they're getting more aggressive in places where I don't think that they should have to, because we're not doing our shit. It's a lot of niggas who ain't really providing and protecting as we should. So it's like they have to step in the zones where they may not have had to, you know, at a certain time. And now we just throwing things. It's like if it's four wheels on the car we got one of the wheels and not moving right or moving left, and we as in black men will be one of those wheels who ain't moving right. Now you got the other three wheels putting more pressure on them. So now your girl got more pressure on her, your kids got more pressure on them, and she's not allowed to be a woman at this point. Now she has to be part of a man. Same with your daughter and your son. They're not allowed to be kids at this point. They got to step up in areas. If we was on our shit in a better way, being more patient and more there. But banding together too, because I used to always explain this to my kids, like in school, the only reason why this one young boy, he got suspended for calling, he didn't even call a girl a thought. He said thought. That's when that thought word was popping. But my daughter, they was in school watching the movie 42. I think that's what it was, the Jackie Robinson story.
Yeah.
And the little girl said nigga. A little white girl said nigga. She didn't get suspended or nothing. I went up to the school and I'm on their ass like, nah, what are you talking about? And I used that as reference. The only reason why they felt comfortable doing that or not, or suspending one and not suspending another, or essentially picking on one and not picking on the other, because they know the little black boy don't have a team behind them.
Correct.
So they can bully him into that. The little white girl got a whole system behind her, so they can't bully her into nothing. And if they had like more people holding their back, like helping them and being their support system, it wouldn't be motherfuckers taking black women, because they know niggas gonna come get on your ass.
Man, facts.
But we ain't, we kind of like, we complacent, we chilling, we cool with the fact that we not hurt. It ain't hurting us. It's like directly, y'all. He ain't did nothing to me. It's the same whole. He took his $1,000 and got on. Now his people fucked up. It's the same thing, just in a different lane.
Yeah.
Okay, you ain't. Oh, they ain't snatched me up. So you cool with them snatching up women, and slowly but surely they take in what we need to keep going.
Man, that's exactly what they doing, bro. And I would add to that, we need to secure our neighborhoods. And what he said is we need to make sure that we have a trade, or that we're functional out here. And, and I would agree 100%. And then also we need to secure our neighborhoods, and that we used to have that. And, LB, we've talked to brothers, older than you, and they'll talk about that same community you're talking about, bro. 80 to 85% of the households had fathers in the house. And then we've discovered that the women's liberation movement happened. And then that's when all the black fathers weren't so present. It's an interesting concept. But what's your take on Black Lives Matter?
Well, it's crazy that you said that, because I did want to touch on something else before that.
Go ahead.
All right. We're Democrats for a fucked up reason. Well, it's like you getting $500 a month and free rent and free food, so you can sit still.
It's like in East St. Louis, bro. It's a shit town, and I know people from there, and it's a shit city, and they literally pay people for their votes. But go ahead. So that's kind of what we're getting. Go ahead.
That's exactly what that is. They're paying you so you can live good January, February, March, of 2021. But they have a plan for 2050 that they're using the money that you're supposed to be making, or your situation, your votes, as you say, to fund that plan of 2050. And you're just cool with January, February, March. You're cool with just getting by each month versus planting your feet and securing 2050. But that's kind of like the same thing with the Black Lives Matter. From what I know, I don't know too much about the Black Lives Matter, but from what I'm hearing, I haven't read it. It's just speculation, I guess. I'm seeing that Mike Brown ain't getting no money off them people. They got millions of dollars, and the reason that we know Black Lives Matter, that where it came prevalent, is when Mike Brown got killed. And if they're building off the back of that shorty who got killed, why isn't his estate or his people, able to build something? I'm not saying give them the money so they can turn around back Cadillacs. I'm saying build something constructive with it. And Black Lives Matter been going on for a long time at this point. It's probably been like 10 years at this point, probably longer than that. And it's like, just like with the church, you know, my grandma been going to church. I'm 37. My grandma been going to church my whole life. I ain't never seen them folk rake no yard. You know, I ain't my
It didn't used to
grandma
be
gate
like
ain't the
that.
best.
It didn't used to be like that though, bro.
But that's where we at though. And it's like people, I think people realizing that they can capitalize off motherfuckers and not have to push back, but we keep letting it go
Keep
on.
letting it. Yeah.
Same thing. Man, it's too individualized instead of it being. I'm gonna go back to this crack era shit, right? So you have a little 16-year-old boy on the block, he trying to make money, but you have a grandma or a black lady who look like him calling the police on him.
Right.
It's individual situation instead of it being a situation where we're all a community. He's putting his work in. Put your work in, grandma. Put your work in, auntie. Let him put his work in.
Correct.
Actually, I'm not saying that
No, I
feed
hear you.
drugs to your people.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if it's here, let's get this money and get it out of it.
I had this convo with my mom, and it's you know, she's from the civil rights era, and exactly just what you were about to say, bro. It's gonna happen. There's an underground in every community. There's an underground in every community. You can go out to the richest part of America where they say there's no crime. You can go out there where Kim Kardashian and Kanye live, and there's an underground. That's why when you go out there driving around with your dreadlocks and stuff, they pulling you over and searching your car because they wondering like, you know, what are you doing out here and what are you bringing out here? You ain't part of exactly who you working for, right? You ain't part of this, right? And it'd be big. That's why they searching your car. So all I'm saying is there is going to be an underground, and either it's going to be controlled by your people or it's going to be controlled by other people.
Mm-hmm. So it's up to you, and stop leaving the faith in the other folk and their system and where they set it up. It's up to you to make the decisions from the point of where we are in life, and what ways to execute and what ways to move. When you just said it's always gonna be an underworld. One time it fucked my mind up mentally. I went on tour, like one of my first tours. I was a driver for Montana 300 in like 2015, and we went to West Virginia. So we went to West Virginia. I think it was the whatever the main college out there. So I got a video that showed like the frat house and all that. They literally like 3-4 in the morning broke into somebody's house, beat them up, and took some shit. And then they came back laughing, cracking jokes about it. And my whole thought was like, if I would have done that, that's a home invasion. That's 6 to 30. You know what I mean? But it go back to the little white girl in my daughter's school saying nigga and the black boy saying thought, is because they know they got a whole system protecting them. They got whole family, fathers, mothers, generations of fathers and mothers
who are on code and who haven't given up. And who haven't, they're on code and haven't stuck in their head in the sand and said, when I stick my head in the sand, white supremacy disappears, or I give up, there's nothing I can do because white supremacy. Once you do that, then they won.
Mm-hmm. We giving them too much power and not realizing how much power we got. But the Black Lives Matter thing, like, only thing I really can speak on is what I've seen recently, as far as the Mike Brown thing. But I still look at it like the church thing. Like, my grandma ain't never gotten no help from them people. She done cooked, she done served, she done put money in collection plate over and over and over again. And we ain't even doing a proper accounting with that. Like, just calculate how much money you done put in the collection plate. Like, come on, like, I'm 37. My whole life, this woman been in this church. If that's $10 a week, it's 52 weeks a year. That's $520 a year. Come on, let's do these numbers. That's 30 years.
And then you ask where are they? Right, they're getting that money tax free. Where's that money going? And the pastors don't even live in the community no more. Half the time there's a big mega church. You know, it's all a big sham. Talk about underground. See, this goes back to what you're talking about. We did it all wrong. You know, the guys should have started churches, and you know what I mean. You know, everybody again was too individual. You know what I mean? And Yeah, we didn't do it as a community. So we had a serious talk about that. Ever felt racism or police tyranny? I know you mentioned your dad, and rest his soul, by the way. But personally, have you ever felt the hands of racism?
Hell yeah.
You laughing, bro, but a lot of guys from the hood be like, nah, ain't no white person ever did nothing to me. You know what I mean? So,
Whole time it ain't even from the white folks. Like
Okay.
I experienced it from them too. But my first piece of racism from police was black police. I ain't even talking about the black police officer that killed my father. I'm talking about because I'm a black kid in the hood and
Mhm.
I'm outside, you automatically think I'm
He
on
could
some
do
bullshit. I'm
anything.
selling
Yeah,
drugs or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, like so I remember this is one of my I'm probably like 16, 17 years old. And I'm with my homies. I've always been a relatively decent kid. I know I do my I was a little bad kid, but I was one of the good bad kids. So we walking with the homies and we going across 87 and my homie stayed on 89th. So we walk homie to the crib, shit like that, because we out here in the streets and he wasn't in the streets as much as we was. So we walking and it's after curfew. Police pull up on us and just got to fucking with us. And I'm not gonna just come at you, call you out your name, being disrespectful. He hop out, start talking shit, start cursing at a motherfucker. I'm like, dude, why'd you cursing at me? And I'm not saying that was absolute racial tyranny, but why are you approaching me as a young black man with this negative energy? He's done nothing wrong. You automatically assuming that I'm a suspect or assuming that I'm a fucked up motherfucker, and you just approaching me with this negative shit. That sets the stage, that sets the tone, bro. I'm not doing nothing to you, nothing wrong. So it's like I hit him with I'm pretty much checking him like, why you talking to me like that? Why you cussing me like this? This
Right.
nigga locked me up. I get locked up for curfew because I'm pretty much checking him like, bro, I'm a kid. For one, I'm a kid. You're a grown ass man. Why the
Man.
fuck is you talking to me like this? And because he had the power, he booked me. So he initially synced me and looked at me as if I was a little black kid, a little white kid, it probably would have been the same racist shit
So
going on.
you're saying he racially profiled you?
Yeah. He automatically thought that I was in the streets, and once he realized that
Good
I
question.
wasn't,
Can you
he
be
found
racially?
something
Yeah, I
else to
guess
fuck
you
with me.
can. I
Yeah.
guess you can be racially
So
profiled
okay,
by your own race. Yeah.
I got racially profiled a couple of weeks ago in Atlanta for All Star Weekend. These folks locked me up. I had to burn off for $3,500 off some bullshit. I'm talking about he seen me. I'm driving in my homie car. He seen me looking like this, of course. He talking about the license plate light was out, which was a lie. That was his reason to pull me
Of
over.
course.
He pulled me over, talking about
License plate
my
light.
license
Did you
was
hear this?
suspended. Man, you
That's
know how many
tyranny.
times I got right? That's tyranny. I got hit with that so many times. I know how to fight that, standing there with them. You can't tell if my license plate light is out unless your lights are off. And if
Correct.
you're driving when your lights are off at night, then you're the problem.
Correct.
So only way you can tell my license plate light is off if you're driving without a light.
Correct.
So like that's a bogus. That's the
But like you
reason they
said, it's
pull you over.
BS. It's BS. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? They pulled you over, now they got you. We got a comment here from H. Moultrie. He says, it ain't on Fox. If it ain't on Fox, it ain't in his box. On his box. Yeah, this guy, he's a Fox guy.
He'll be all right. He'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He's a business owner. We he's one of the guys. Well, yeah, he's one of my guys. All right, then we got H. Moultrie, who said the police have qualified immunity. He's learned a new term, and he thinks that nobody knows about it. The police have qualified immunity, and the whites have white privilege. True.
But we also have black privilege, and that's what we need to tap into.
Yeah, but they're not changing the lexicon. These aren't lexicon changers. That's the way it is. And you keep your head down when the white man comes and you just go to work. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, and maybe it's some truth to it. I don't know. And this is what our show is about, because I don't know what to do, bro. I've had conversations with you about this, LB. It got to a point, man, where I'd be in a barbershop and something will come up. I mean, it was literally like obvious racism, like Rodney King. Now I'm being hyperbolic, but oh man, nobody want to talk about that black and white shit, racism shit. Get your money. I mean, but okay, it's one thing to say that, but to literally be mad And that's when I was like, man, we are in trouble. That's when I knew we were in trouble as a nation of black people, bro.
Yeah, we definitely in some shit, but I think the cream rises to the top. So it is gonna be people who talking that shit like you say, tuck your tail when a white man comes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna realize you ain't doing nothing but serving your son and your nephews up to that white man and
Yes.
making them bashful, making them not fully believe in themselves and thinking that you have to bow down to this
Correct.
situation. You ain't doing nothing but serving them up. So hopefully he gets to a point, or they whoever gets to a point where they realize like you just selling your sons and your family short. You know, you
Correct.
got to teach these kids like you got what it takes. Man. We live in the system that's like trying to clock us with at the 100-yard dash when we can fly and swim. Like what
Man,
the fuck, 100-yard dash, bro? I can fly, but you want me to run? Okay, now
man.
I gotta get on that path that you on, but you just minimizing who and what I am, nigga. I can fly over this 100-yard dash like that. Talking
Well,
about running this motherfucker.
bro, before I had a revelation right before this show. You know how far away you are from somebody. Okay, for instance, if I went to Jupiter and some guys on Jupiter and the guys are like, man, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Earth. And everybody else who's from Earth is from Earth. We from Earth, and that's our tribe, right? Because that's that distance. And you don't matter if you white, black, if you a blood, Crip, Stone, Vice Lord, the Jupiters are moving and we on Jupiter, we Earth, right? That's what we about. So if we in Africa, I'm Nigerian or I'm African or I'm Congolese, I'm this. But then as we get more dialed in and we get more funneled in, now we're in the city of Chicago and we're all different. This guy's educated. That guy's in the projects. This guy's about that life. That lady's this. That person's that. Because we're so close. But if we step outside of it and look at it and realize, which is the point of the show, we are the same. Now, some stuff may have happened, in the interim of maybe your ancestor, hit the lotto, in 1862, you know what I'm trying to say. One of them struck oil or, but people end up in different places for different reasons. And it's usually has a lot to do with parenting and trauma and stuff we talked about, but what would you say to that?
Come with the direct question again. That was kind of a lot right there. What was the direct question?
It was more of a comment. It wasn't a question. It was more of a comment. It was a drag on comment. Basically, bro, if I can put it in a nutshell, I was saying that we, as black people or as humans, the further out we are from our base, the more we realize that we're one. And the
Okay.
the more we can see how separate and how different we are because we all up on each other, if that made any sense.
Yeah, that did. My bad. I kind of my bad. That was me. I drifted a little bit. I apologize. No, I agree with that. And it is, I guess you gotta not only like step out of your environment, you gotta see other environments as well. Like you say, the farther you are away, you bump into the nigga in Jupiter, and then you realize like, damn, cuz in Jupiter, they moving like how I'm moving. But then now you realize like, oh damn, if cuz like, okay, I went to Egypt and there was a lot of begging going on because they're real poor out there, but at the same time, it still was the same like base of shit. People just wanted to eat, people just want to survive, they want to be happy, they want to smile. And I'm seeing people in Egypt who look like us. They moving like us, you know what I mean? So it's like, if cuz in Egypt and them moving like us, we can see eye to eye. Why can't me and cousin from 79th Street see eye to eye? So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm from 64th, not from 63rd. It's like,
shit like
you're
that,
from
you know
Africa,
what I mean?
man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right, but I got you.
You know what I don't like about, I don't like about that, like the whole 64th, 63rd, all that. these are moments in time that we're catching when a child-minded person feels strong against someone else, and we're capturing that moment in time, and we're not allowing that person to grow. So we're holding that person to that standard of saying fuck 63rd or fuck 64th. One day a person is going to be a grown ass man. He's going to be 37 years old or 57 years old, hopefully. And he's not going to feel the same about 63rd. He's not going to want to say fuck 63rd. You know what I mean? So we got people chanting fuck this, fuck that, because we caught one person who was angry at one time.
While he
He's
made
not
the
going to
record.
live in that anger.
While he made the record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
While
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. While he was in the studio, because I'm a writer, it ain't even necessary that you just angry at 60. I mean, I know he, don't get me wrong, but right, you're extra angry.
Yeah.
You just made a song, right?
Yeah, and it just so happened to rhyme. And now just imagine if I'm from 63rd.
Hey, that was
You know
cold
what I mean?
though, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was catchy, man. And rest up. Though.
Yeah, it was.
That was catchy, man. Because when you from Shy, that's the type of stuff somebody would say. I'm from 74th, not 73rd.
Yeah, so, and it'd be like that though, because you respect, because you know what it fit though. But it's still bullshit in there. But it's like, okay,
yeah.
Because niggas do be
I'm from
tripping.
78th, not from 79. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Hey, but like I said, man, Von, though, man, and we're gonna do a show on it, bro. And I'm gonna consult with you on it. We got something we lining up about not just the drill rappers, just rappers going all the way back. We already started it out with Scott LaRock. And and we got these theories, man. I told you I got a whole story on Blood Money, rest his soul. I had talked to his sister, Chief Keef's original manager.
About him too.
Yeah, don't talk about him.
When I said when they turned 37, I said maybe 57. I thought about him when I said that, because he was of a certain age, but he still was in it.
Yes.
But to me, I look like that's mental anguish. Like you feel yourself trapped in this. You went so far in this, you can't get out of that box. I never want to be in any box like that. Like no matter what it is, I don't want to be stagnant, because that's just like saying I'm at the capacity of my learning. I would never learn nothing else. That's why I never approach hate like that, because that's at the capacity of learning who you are.
Bruce Lee said, life's not a mountain. It's a series of plateaus. So, you might start out and say, man, I got nicks and I can't wait to work myself up to quarter keys. And you're at the quarter keys. And you're like, man, I want to work myself up to a key. Now you're at that key. And then you should have other things like Jay-Z is like, now I want to start a record company. And it's plateaus. And if you stay wherever you at, you're going to die. That's the philosophy. Whether it's mentally.
That's why I don't agree with making these permanent decisions, like saying the fuck this or fuck that on record, because now you can play that record 20 years from now.
And you cool with 63rd. right.
Exactly. Now it's your dog now. Now y'all feeding each other. But now somebody play that song.
Our show would have trolled them too. Like once they would have united, because they would have made one big record company. Yeah. But you ain't from 63rd.
Right. You could take it back.
Just like that, yeah.
You could take it back to Biggie and Tupac. I'm ready to die. After death or whatever.
Life after death.
Yeah, life after death. And then see death around the corner. And all this, a lot of stuff gets spoken into existence, man, it's a sad tale. I don't know if art imitates life or life imitates art at times.
Well, and it's funny you said that, because I saw some stuff about Pac. It was Busta Rhymes, and he was talking about how they were in a hotel together when they were first getting signed in LA or whatever, and Pac had got into it with 12. And Pac was scared, man, when Busta Rhymes came in his room, was looking all out the windows, and he had got into it with 12 on the other side of the country in ATL or something. Right. So, when you get those feds and the WS Baphomet, small ups to the Baphomet, when you get WS Baphomet you know, the feds on you and all of that. They get your phone number and they start calling you all times. Every phone you get, they calling you, harassing you and threatening you. So he could have been saying that because that's the messaging he was getting. And it could have been that he created it. But I used to think that too. But according to Busta Rhymes, they said Pac was shook for a long time because he was in and out with who he thought was 12. Big ups to the 12 that aren't terrorists. Correct. Right. Big ups to them. You know, big ups to the ones that's, you know, trying to stamp out white supremacy. I know you got to exist, because if you don't exist, then I can't exist. But let's see here. Let me check this thing. But bro, Self Love is going to just take us to a quick so we can stretch our legs out, and then we're gonna come back with the last quick segment. So we're gonna take like a 6-minute halftime, run some videos and stuff. Self will explain it. So I'll mute you and stop your camera though, G.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for your support. It's a blessing. Man, gonna give us a little time to stretch our legs, go to the bathroom, you know. This has been a great expansive conversation. So we're gonna go into break. We have a promo video for our newest show, TNT Sports with Miliak. Man, you gotta check it out. It is going on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Man, it is happening. And speaking of happening, we have a video from Ernest Thomas, aka Raj, from What's Happening. So, man, check with us. We'll be back shortly. Thank you. It's halftime. Thank you for your support. It's everything. Oh, man. That's not it. Well, mistakes happen. We on this show, and we're gonna keep it rolling. Get it cracking, get it where we're going.
Yeah, I really hope I win because, wait, what is this again? I have no idea what's going on.
I know what happened.
Okay, wait.
Next, please. I've got no help here. Well, what about the new waiter? The new waiter is
Stuff
useless.
happens out there.
And I think
We're getting it cracking out there now. All right, out there.
Chainsaws.
You just place our order, please.
Oh man, I have no idea what's going on.
Everything okay here? Fine, except this.
No, it's not okay. Here we go. We're rolling.
Oh shit.
I thank you, brothers, because you had me open up about things, you know, that I haven't discussed, and I think we covered so much. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know, because most of it is the kind of key, but we just covered so many areas, that were important. And I'm so glad I had a chance to express it, because no one asked you about, Black Lives Matter and that depth and and stuff I talked about, the Hollywood. You said, are there any lies or rumors?
Yeah.
No one's ever asked me that, and I needed to say that. So you guys, to me, brother, y'all the best. Y'all really are.
Man,
this ain't that network. That's why we got
You're right. This ain't you brother. Y'all true to that. This ain't that.
Yeah, this ain't that. They say you guys should be more professional. You guys should do this and that. Well, this this ain't that.
It's
right.
real. No, we need this. We need the real, brother. Yes. You can see people being transformed, enlightened through this. You know, all that proper thing by the numbers, everybody's still doing the same. You're still in the same 10 years from now, you're in the same spot, you know.
Right. Exactly.
You want to learn, you want to grow. You know, what are they going to do? What are they going to talk about? You know, I'll be curious. Like, what are you going to cover with whoever it is? You know, I think they would confide in you in things they've never said to anyone.
Yes, sir.
And we want to know people. You know.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think you help them grow. You help them. You inform. You guys would tell. You know, putting out some pearls out there. You know, I like the silence is violence, but you saying some other things too. You know, like even the fact that if they had allowed that scene where my father, where I cried,
Man,
yeah,
it would have touched me. You know, it would have touched me. A little boy on the south side of Chicago,
my
right?
Lord,
yeah,
my Lord.
And they knew it, but they knew it though.
Yeah,
and that's why they cut it and told you, hey, what are you doing?
Yes,
it's supposed to be funny here.
Yeah, it was too real. Yeah.
Yes, man.
Although your show, hats off though, it was dignified. I mean, it wasn't any coonery.
No,
Hats off. It was one of the shows that told us we could be families and go to work and you know, and school.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And we had some good, the writers, they really tried, you know, and Mabel King also made sure, you know, oh no, my son wouldn't do that. Okay, my son wouldn't say that. She would do stuff like that. So that also,
put them in check.
Although they made every little black girl think it was okay to be a snitch, they started thinking that was their role. I'm telling mama, you know, that's not your role. Black women,
we prided themselves, right? They love.
We love y'all, black women. Yeah, but y'all job ain't to tell on black men and give us crap. That's not y'all job. Because D boy, I'm telling mama. Ooh, I'm telling mama. Blackmailing everybody, boy. D used to be with it.
Blackmailing everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, but brother, if you don't have anything, man, again, really appreciate this.
Oh, I appreciate it, brother. I really do. What do you guys will ever know? Thank you so much for this. It was a real joy. Every second of it was a real joy.
And into perpetuity, we're going to be giving out the Raj Achievement Award every year.
I love it.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right.
So, all right, yo, Noob.
Yeah, yo, Noob.
Yo.
Wow.
Attention, everyone. Introducing Sayrica Africa's all-new cell phone touchscreen crossbag. This bag enables you to be able to talk, text, and email without coming fully in contact with the screen, making it coronavirus safe. This bag makes your phone easily accessible, being around your neck, which means no more misplacing your phone. This crossbag also protects your phone from any fall damage, so no more money spent to fix screens. The bag is also waterproof too, which means no more water damage.
Support.
This bag also has compartments to store items such as cards and IDs. These are easily accessible as well as the phone. So buy now at sayricaafrica.com.
Buy the bag. You can go anywhere with that bag.
I smoked a pound of that good shit. Any projects is where I'm found on that hood shit. Man, I just dislike.
Big ups, Trife Mac.
Live like hating cause I came
Big ups, Trife.
Did right. No food in the house. I know what that feels like. Riding the bus going to work now.
No food in the house.
This life ain't meant for us to be stressed out. Dog, you in the worst way. With your best out and step out.
Black.
In the world. Don't leave that
Welcome back to the Self Love Show. Well, y'all know we're here to grow our nation. So like, subscribe, share. To like minds far and wide so we can grow. We're having an expansive conversation. And we're going to extend that and we're going to get into professional life. And we're going to play some games. Y'all know how we do.
Yes, sir. Big ups, Trife. Hey, this is one of our little homies, man. Proud of him, boy. Anywhere. Yeah, that's Trifo, man. He dropped this joint, man. All right, so we're gonna get back into it, bro. And welcome back. In case y'all didn't know, we sitting here with L Boogie, Lenny B, and he's a photographer and also / promoter. But we know things are a little, iffy right now because of the Peter pandemic. I want to be a virus. Oh, and we did a whole show on that yesterday, so y'all check that out. And then also road manager. So sounds to me like kind of like, man, I know how Shy works, but you need somebody when you're moving around to help you move around. And this is just me talking, get stuff accomplished. But that's just me talking. We're gonna let him tell his own story. Let me kill this because I know YouTube's gonna be sending me stuff talking about Trife Mac told me to stop playing his music and shit. I'm like, man, I just talked to my mans yesterday. He ain't said nothing about
I like that, the Peter pandemic.
Yeah. I want to be
the Peter pandemic. I like that.
Peter pandemic. I want to be a virus. I want to be a virus. I want to be a pandemic. Yeah. Peter Pan, boy. Big ups. Hey, so
coincidentally his name was Jack.
Was it?
Yep.
Who was Jack? Peter Pan?
Well, Peter Pan, okay, his name it wasn't Peter Pan, like when he was, I remember the movie Peter Pan when he grew up, it was Robin Williams, right? He grew up to be whoever he was.
He became
his name
a boy.
wasn't Peter Pan, his name was Jack.
So when he became
and
a
then
boy,
he turned around and became a boy again. He was Peter Pan, he wasn't Jack.
I'm gonna have to watch it now. See, now I gotta watch it, man. Yeah. And rest in peace to Robin Williams, man. I'm gonna have to watch it because, man, a lot of that stuff you was watching as kids, they was all up in my subconscious, man. You know what I mean? And I gotta figure out what the hell was going on, man. I always appreciated Robin Hood. It always seemed to make sense, And I know Robin Hood was a black man. That always seemed to make sense, though. Robbing from the rich and feeding the poor. But here we go. Segment 3, we're going to get into how we stuff money bags, how we, make a living pretty much. So just, for the Self Love Nation, can you just tell us, like, professionally what you've been doing, on the music scene or what have you?
Road management. When it comes to this music shit, I'm trying to get myself in the door as much as possible. I'm in the door already, but I know the deeper I get into it, the more I can pass down these relationships to my kids and to my people. Photography, videos, I'll be the roadie, whatever it takes, because this industry, I'm not a rapper, so I don't have anything to really push but my work ethic. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to the music, if you need to drive from country or state to state, I get you there. If you need the flights, the hotels, if you need, to connect with other artists, because I got relationships. But I normally would be booking shows, like I would book an artist to do a venue, but this Peter pandemic has slowed that down. I want to be a virus. So I've been just going to be a virus. Yeah, I don't want to be a real virus.
Put a diaper on my face and walk around with a diaper on my face.
Exactly, that shit. So I've been just doing like parties and stuff like that. Nothing too big. Just keeping the money going. The pictures. I've been doing a lot of photography lately. People have been booking me for the photography.
Yes, sir.
It could just be getting another artist connected with another artist, because some people are paying $5,000 for a feature, and I want my founder's fee. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I want to ask you because
Go
ahead. No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, okay, like you might, and you're an artist, you're a rapper, whatever.
Yeah.
You'll give me a price cheaper than you'll give anybody else because you're my homie. And okay, so now I'm gonna come directly at the other artist, like, okay, yeah, because you're going through me, he's gonna give you this price, but because of that, I want, my little extra on top.
Finder's fee.
If you go to him directly, just hit me like I'm playing. Yeah, exactly. It's no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect.
He dropping jewels and it freezes like this.
But if I can get a feature for $10,000 that you would normally have to pay $15,000 for, what do you say? Yeah. So let's say if I got a relationship and you selling Birches for 15,000, but because it's you sin, so now you're paying 11,000 for something you would pay 15,000 for. So it pretty much go like that.
Got you. So now you save me like 4-5, and then a little piece of that in that savings window in the middle that goes to you. You know what I mean? In your company. Got you. See, that's on.
Yeah, and you still saving your money, but you know you just hitting me. You know, as you should. Like if
yeah,
like
you
from
should.
What
Yeah, you should. Your relationship. Yeah, right.
So now after this, now y'all working together. Now you don't even need me no more. Now you know him. So that finder's fee, again, there's no disrespect. It's not milking nobody or nothing like that. I put the work in to I'm sacrificing.
Make those
I'm
relationships.
not with my kids. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not with my kids. I'm not with my family. I'm doing this instead of doing what I want to do type thing. So now I'm building these relationships with these people that you didn't have to. You didn't have to sacrifice your time and energy. So now you got slingshotted into a relationship with this person because you know me. Hit me now, you ain't even gonna talk to me no more about this nigga. Now you and this nigga can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do.
Well, we're gonna talk to him about getting some people on the Self Love Show. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, it's coming. We're gonna get some money together, L Boogie.
And I need to work with him with some photos and videos.
Facts,
true.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like how he moves, man. We got to recycle this money, and you gracious enough to come on this show. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're gonna talk.
Yeah. It's always love, dog. Man, we all humans, we all people, man. Let's just help one another if we can. If whatever I got going on, if it pushes y'all, shit, there it goes, it's yours.
Hey, I was about to tell you though, bro, earlier. Yes, I was doing the Uber, man. I moved here to LA, and I had like these older rock stars. I can't remember their names, but you could tell, like, you know, the white lady with the cowboy boots. I mean, they said the name. I mean, like famous people. You know what I mean? It's just, you know me, bro. I you know, if you ain't telling me, it's Biggie. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Yeah. Michael Jordan. You know, if it's certain things, right? Whatever. You know, get in the car and close the door. But yeah, so I take them up the hill, Beverly Hills. You know, just outside, and they had that bag, bro. And when I was letting them out, the lady, you know, I was telling them about me, and I'm here from Chicago, and I'm a writer. You know, I'm here to write scripts and films, bro. I'll never forget, man. It's like a bad movie. And she was like, oh, okay. And she's like, man, we're looking for writers. And she's like, you know, do you write songs? I'm like, no, I don't write songs. You know, I write poetry. And so I'm just telling you, bro, if anybody asks you, you just tell them you're a ghostwriter too. And we can get you some lyrics, and we'll be the middleman, and you be the middleman, and you pump them to them, and you just give us a little cut. We can get you some lyrics, bro.
We can do that then.
Yeah,
all that shit.
Exactly, because you out there, and I know they always asking, "What do you do? What do you do?" Because that's how they be in LA. They be like, "What do you do? What do you do?" And I be like, "Hey, L Boogie." I be patting my head and rubbing my stomach, and they never forget me. You know, that's what I do. I pat my head and I rub my stomach. You know, who are you? What do you do? Ask people what they do? You know, is that what you do? I feel like I'm digressing. All right. All right. Now this is a question. I was going to ask how the opportunities for Black men in your field, but that doesn't really seem applicable because it's pretty much all Black men, well, in your genre.
Yeah, it's a few sprinkles here and there, but we're getting exploited, no, without a doubt, but we're getting less exploited now because we understand the power of ownership. Like, we're owning our shit, you know.
Publishing. So,
yeah, but it's the evolution of it, you know. You know, they took what they took from us, like the Nas. Nas is just now getting a Grammy, I think it's his first time getting a Grammy or something like that. And,
well, they figured if they was gonna give Wet Ass P, you know, I'm serious. I'm not knocking the generation. I mean,
it was Wet P.
Wow.
Oh, I hate that. I swear to God, I hate that shit.
So they won. So I guess somebody sat down. The Baphomet sat down. The Baphomet sat down with Mrs. Baphomet and was like, and the Mrs. Baphomet was like, you know, honey, I know you're the devil, you know. But I mean, you know, I just don't think that we can do this and just never acknowledge Nas. So they balance it out, so we don't notice Wet Ass Pussy got a Grammy. You know what I mean?
That really disgusts the fuck out of me. That like how they can have on national TV women in bed gyrating. There was a
Gyrating,
point in
rubbing.
time that you couldn't even
Yeah.
say pregnant on TV.
And they
So
were gyrating, rubbing their coochies together, and people are trying to raise daughters. And this is on the Grammy. This ain't BT or Little Pookie TV. This ain't what do you call
the
it? All started
internet,
with that
this is
World
the
Star of
Grammys.
Hip Hop. Yeah, it was that World Star Hip Hop. It was all over. Oh man, and when Negroes figured out, oh, I can get money off Negro shit. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we kind of digging a little too deep into this ignorant nigga shit though. Like
Man.
we sitting in that shit in that pool for too long. We need to get something else going on.
Man.
Yes, sir. That's
Like
what you're here for,
minds.
man.
That's what we talking
Yes, sir.
about.
Yeah, yes, sir. We all need each other, man. Yes, sir. All right. So now I know you were telling Tori earlier why you got off into the photography. So is there any how would you explain your style? Because I know we got a couple of photographers that we mess with. And then where can we see your prints?
I love candid photos more than anything. I'm all around though, like landscape, animals, sports. I literally got photography from like I think 13 countries at this point around the world. I got stuff from all around the world. I got the Grammy Award winning artists. I got the Snoop Dogg. I got the Wu-Tang. They got the Talib Kweli's, the Most Defs, the Twisters, the Herbs, the Bibbies. I got famous decks, good photos, places, people, stuff like that. But my favorite is candid because my main reason for fucking with it is to capture the moment. It's the pack. That's where passion comes from. Because I lost so many people and so many, like, we'll never get right now again, you know?
Right.
Okay. I threw a show one time for Herb in Peoria, Illinois. This is 2016, 5 years ago. And I had, what is this? It was a bus that fit like 15, 20 people. And then we had like 3-4 cars following us, you know? I lost money off of that, but I didn't do that for the money. I did that for the memory. I did that so all our people can get together and have this festive moment and we can live in time. You see what Herb has went to now.
Right.
I got us on that tour. We was on the Ballin' Like I'm Kobe tour. You know, that date that I set up was on his tour. So we're a part of that legacy to the end of time. And a lot of people who was with us are either dead or in jail forever. So we got the pictures of us being together, you know, that it'll never go away. Classic memories, you know. And even though all our relationships aren't the same no more, we still have that moment.
I bet he's got a lot of pictures. Like there was a photographer, man, that was sitting on a picture of Biggie from back in the day. He had a picture with Biggie and Pac. I don't know if you saw that, bro. It went viral. He was sitting on a picture that he had up in his storage forever and forgot he had and was going through some stuff. So I bet, bro, and you know, and now look at them, they're dead. And when he took that picture, they wasn't even famous yet. They wasn't even Biggie and Pac yet. And I bet you got a lot of stuff. And if you don't, you will have a lot of stuff like that, bro. With what he's saying, because we ain't gonna be here tomorrow with that. Yeah. That's kind of
no. I'm definitely cognizant of that. I paid like if for at first I wasn't. My mind didn't go there, but then like I say. I kept going and certain people were getting platinum plaques and this, that, and the third. So it's like, yeah, like some of these people who are climbing, he see what he see and he got the determination and eventually maybe he ain't there yet, but 5 years from now he will be. Like I got some shit with Lil Uzi before he took off. I got some shit in Famous Deck's crib. I'm eating seafood in his crib. I'm trying to put him on a certain shit. I got so many different things. So yeah, you on point when you talking how you talking and a lot of things I haven't shared they're in the cut. It's just for me type shit and some of these places and things like that and like with this pandemic thing that's going on too, like a lot of places that I've been you can't even get to right now and the pictures I've never shared a person would I pride myself on taking pictures in places that you can't like most people have never been.
Don't have the access or have
It's places in Egypt where you ain't supposed to take pictures, and I got pictures. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I pride myself in that type of stuff.
I do want to ask you about Egypt, and we are in professionalism, but I kind of get this question out and stuff. I know you got one. But Egypt, I went to Aruba, so I finally did get a what do you call that, passport. But I've never like crossed the pond, so to speak, because my first endeavor is to go to Africa. Like it's hard for me to spend a penny, and my wife and I, we talk about it. She's gone, on cruises and all of that, and I feel like I don't want to do nothing until I go quote unquote home first. To make this run-on question short, when I was, Egypt is like on my list. It could be 1A with Morocco, 1B, 1A, 1B. But I'm told, which I never believe because I'm always told crap, like when people are told when they come to Chicago, stay off the west side and the south side. But I want you to keep 100 because I'm kind of, leading the question. Be 100. How did you feel? Was it safe? Did you feel like they were trying to rob you? Did you get love? How were you received, bro, as a black man from Chicago in Egypt? That's what I would love to know.
Okay, so when I first landed in Egypt, I damn near got myself in a whole heap of trouble. So as soon as I landed, I'm gonna skip past.
Don't tell me you was looking at females.
No. It was. We could double back to that later though, but I'm gonna give you the atmosphere.
Go ahead.
As soon as I landed, I had whatever reason to be scared of shit anyway, because I, whatever. So once I got out of the airport, once I made it safely out of that situation, I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect, because here I am. I'm in a third world country. It was like 2-3 in a country. I have on $200 shoes. I have a 50, however many thousands of dollars that I have in my pocket. I have whatever stuff on me, and that's so I know how it is with deprivation.
Man,
I'm looked at like I'm food at this point.
You're saying at the end of the day, if you was on the other end, and how we saw tourists. What happened, Tori?
Yeah, exactly. What he on? What's up?
Exactly.
I'm trying to see what's up. I'm trying to see what you got going on. Because shit. Because look, they making $80 a month.
Trying to size you up. Like you
exactly.
said, food.
Exactly. Food. That's what I'm looking. But
so you felt like food.
That first day I was nervous because I didn't know what I was walking into.
Correct.
And the building that I walked into for my stay, it didn't look the best. But then, I got over that first day. I was there for 2 weeks. So I got over that first day. But then it got to a point where my Chicago cocky kicked in. It was that first day. Really, the only reason I was fake nervous a little bit, because like I said, when I first got off the plane, I had an incident.
Right.
This fucking phone. Hold on. Yeah, when I first got off, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, my bad. When I first got off the plane, that incident made me nervous. And then I'm not knowing what to expect next, because I'm walking into this building. I don't know what I don't know. Okay, do I gotta? Am I finna have to fight motherfuckers off? Or
right.
Is this a setup?
Man.
So after I got through that, I peeped what it was, and I got on my Chicago cocky shit. Shit, I was already fake cocky anyway in the car, but I just was still a little nervous.
Right.
So now I'm moving around like this is my shit. This is how I feel everywhere I go. Nigga, I'm on Earth.
Man,
nigga, I'm from Earth. That's why I'm on Earth.
That's what I used to tell the guys in Chicago whenever they said, "Where you from?" Planet Earth. Yeah, that's why I did. And everybody used to, go ahead though. That's why I did.
Yeah.
Earth.
But yeah.
Facts.
So all right, so I do my Cairo, Egypt shit, and I'm kicking it out there with them. And I'm rotating, that's when I'm peeping the land, peeping how motherfuckers get down. That's when I know that, like, okay, they only make $80 a month. So now I'm mentally sizing up the place. If a person is only making $80 a whole month, gee, we smoking $80 a day in weed. You feel me?
Right.
So that one day of frivolousness, that's their whole month's income. All right, so I hop on a train 14 hours south to Aswan, Egypt. It's all type of shit, like the Valley of the Kings. It's all type of shit down there. I have it on my Instagram page and on my website as well. But it's 14-hour train ride, and you like traveling through shit, you seeing buildings who it ain't no walls. Like, okay, you can see inside somebody's crib.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like as I'm driving on the I got videos and shit on my phone.
Shanties with no walls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's whole buildings with no walls, places with no ceiling and shit like that. But this is people's homes. They're living like this, you know. So we're driving through this moment. We flying through on the train through this shit, and we're stopping place after place after place. But now you have people on the train who you know, they fucked up financially. They ain't got nothing, and they're looking at you like you fool. But again, I'm on my Chicago cocky shit.
Man.
Like, I don't know who the fuck dude, don't play with me. One of them. I'm funny that act.
Right.
I'm moving how I'm moving, and I remember one incident. My phone was gonna die, and I'm trying to find a charger. When you travel the world, the outlets ain't the regular outlets. You need adapters and shit like that in different countries and certain places you go. So I'm trying to charge my shit. I got a laptop on me too. My laptop like $1,000, so I'm looking like straight food. So I got my laptop and I'm charging my phone. My laptop died. So now I got to go to a different section of the train to charge my phone. So now it's like a good 10, 15 Egyptians in there, all Egyptian men in there, and they trying to get on some bullshit with me.
Man.
And I'm trying to charge my phone. I'm like, a motherfucker said I could charge my shit right there. The nigga try to charge me. I'm dude, who the fuck is you talking to? Get the fuck on. I ain't paying for shit. And I'm moving like that. But it's a whole 10, 15 Egyptians.
Right.
In the back. This the back of the train. This ain't what I do. This the part that, you know, it's about the other motherfuckers that type shit. So I'm back there. I'm fake getting into it with dude, and I'm like, we got me fucked up. I'm on that with their ass.
Man.
The whole time, they could have easily got on bullshit.
Man.
And left me
poured out a knife or something, right?
Yeah, and jugged my ass and left me that type shit.
Right. But then if you poured out money trying to pay them for the charging, they'd have saw all your money. That was all part of the hustle.
That's what time it is. You know, that's when they motherfucker walk up on you. What time? What time you got? Shit like that. Now you check your watch.
You wouldn't know that if you wasn't from the southeast side of Chicago.
Exactly.
You probably wouldn't know that.
Facts.
Yeah. So whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen right now. You know what I mean?
Right now.
It's gonna happen
you
on
ain't
my
finna
terms.
surprise me shit. Right. I'm finna get my licks in. What the fuck is you talking about? What's up?
Hey, he talking about what time is it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Give me that watch. You know what I'm saying? Right,
Exactly.
right.
So we
Man.
on that.
Hey,
so I'm coming at them like that. And you know, that it was a little fear in there, but I'm so used to facing the fears. I'm not. If I got the fear in me, I'm finna push it on you. Who the fuck is you talking to? What? And we gonna take care of this shit right now.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Simple
From
as that.
South Shore to Egypt. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
You hear me? From South Shore to Egypt. It is what it is. What is we doing?
Yeah.
Let's make this clear right now. Well, I'm gonna make it clear where I'm at. What's up? But that was really the only time I felt like something could have got wrong. One time, look, so I took a train down to Aswan, which is a 14-hour train ride, and then I took a cruise back north. So
you should travel with Drew. This his ship around Russia, man. But go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
So we on a cruise on our way back from Aswan back towards Cairo, which is north, and it's a city or whatever you want to call it called Edfu, Egypt. Mm-hmm. So it's my birthday, and they outside celebrating the wedding. They flamethrower, they swinging knives and all type of shit. I'm hopping off. I'm getting off the boat. I'm with them. It's my birthday. They partying. I'm with them.
Right.
So I hop out. You know, we go kick it. I'm talking about motherfuckers got big ass knives swinging it, but they just partying, blowing fire. You know, I got videos. I got pictures of all that shit. And I'm at this point, I'm in my element. I'm not worried about them doing nothing to me. We enjoying this shit. Mm-hmm. You know, they welcome me. I welcome them. We were always receptive. The people on the ship, they were scared because they like, you know, if something happened to you, that's on them type shit. But I'm not worried about this shit. You know, we out here. It is what it is. I'm not going to be on a cruise ship.
You might be black in America, but you food in Egypt.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. They were saying shit like that. But how I'm coming is, so big dog, look, you know, I'm in Egypt. Ain't no telling if I'm ever gonna see this again. We finna get off this motherfucker. Man. I'm not finna be watching from over here. We finna get in the middle of this.
Hey, And when you know your people built it, come on, man. I'm not gonna come over here and you know what I mean, and not do
and
nothing.
act scared.
Right.
Right.
No.
I'm scared of this
No.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you. So, but you're I saw you in front of the Giza and all of that, bro. Like, so is it like, man, was it more incredible than what you so if you imagine it to be a 5 before you got up on it, what was it on the scale of 1 to 10?
You should probably imagine what? My bad, I called.
If you
If I imagine
imagine
what?
that the experience of being with the Sphinx and being out there at the Great Pyramid, just seeing it, witnessing it. So if you imagine that, okay, I think it's gonna be like this, did it exceed your expectations or was it like
So on the way there, I cried. Tears came from my eyes. Like it was, I just felt, I don't know what it was. It could have been like a survivor's remorse thing. Like, how did I come from what I come from and I'm right here? Or it could have been just the immense power or whatever it is. But it was amazing. Like I wasn't crying, all that, but you know,
I was just about to
tears
ask you,
slide
was you
down my
crying like a
shit.
female dog? I was just,
No,
you know, I was about to ask you.
I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't get that. No, I wouldn't get that.
There wasn't no snotting going
There
on.
was no snot bubbles and none of that shit. No, we
Nah,
weren't
bro,
doing that.
hey, man, hey, I'm messing with you.
It's
But I
all
sure
love,
was
big dog.
going.
You know how we
I
kick it.
sure he knew I was gonna ask him because you know how we got down at lean edge crying. That's all they hear.
No,
You know?
we just kicking it, man. You know I don't take it.
You get one reason
We
at
just
lean
kicking
edge
it.
before everybody stop working. Go ahead. All right, yeah, right. But I hear you, bro. I hear you.
So it fucked me up. The motherfucker just sliding down. It's just like, damn, motherfucker here, you know. And I done been some places. I done been to London, Paris, Switzerland, Amsterdam, like places. And it just touched the nigga like shit. But when I physically got there, at this point, I'm cracking jokes. I'm fucking with motherfuckers. I'm taking videos I ain't supposed to take, pictures I ain't supposed to take. The pyramids, we think it's only 3. It's actually 9. I think in that picture that you had of me, I think you can see all 9 of them.
Back up. What what can't you take pictures of? What do we mean you can't take pictures?
It's in certain tombs that you go in, you're not supposed to take pictures. The police authority, you're not supposed to take pictures of them. You're not even supposed to video or take pictures out there. So I'm on the street and I'm video recording the city. Like they don't have no stoplights. They don't have no stoplights out there. So when you driving, like literally a motherfucker driving, you see all them pyramids, the little ones.
Yeah.
You see them? Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
It's like 3 in the front, you know, it's big 3, and it's some
and those are the older ones, I think.
So the big one,
yeah.
The bigger ones are like the grandparents, and the smaller ones are like the kids, and the smaller ones are like the grandkids.
Okay.
Shit
that's
like
what they
that.
represent.
So okay. Yeah, so there's no stoplights out there, so traffic's so bogus. They just going. And a lot of motherfuckers crash and shit like that, but they just still going. It ain't no insurance, shit like that. You hit my car, we argue, you keep going, shit like that. So it's vans driving like buses, and then they get stuck in traffic. Motherfuckers just pile into the motherfuckers. It ain't no who is you, it's they piled into the motherfuckers. I got videos showing this shit. So while I'm recording this, the authorities walking up on me like, hey, you can't record. So I'm playing a role like I don't know what I'm talking about. While I'm recording him telling me you can't record.
Yeah,
and he just you know, keep telling me
African-American privilege.
Yeah, hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you mean? English?
Come on.
It's right up.
Come on, I
Shit
went to
like
Harvard. Come on.
Man, I'll throw that on them quick. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Hey,
I'll throw that on them so quick.
Come on. Hey, come on. They'd be like, "Are you with the consulate?" Hey, you know I can't ask questions, right?
Hey,
this guy's using words. He's using words. He might be somebody. yeah. I love this.
Exactly, and that's how you gotta play it. That's that black black privilege too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like he called it that Chicago.
It was some fear there a little bit, not too much. Yeah, you got to, cause Chicago, the Mecca. I done been to every major city in the United States of America. I done been to 13 countries. I done been to hella islands. Yeah, but Chicago is where it's at. Chicago is the influence of the whole world, and it's not just right now. It's been like that. We've been having this conversation since Leading Edge.
Yeah,
bro, we've been having this since me and him since, man, like house music. You're right though, bro. This goes back, and it's been the Mecca. I mean, we talking Nation of Islam, and I don't even want to just take it there. I mean, we can just, yes, we talking Bronzeville. We talking like we just talking about so much Chicago. Yes, big ups to the Mecca, right?
most definitely.
Big up to the Mecca. My
You know,
bad, fellas.
I
Can
mean,
y'all see me?
we got you
Yeah.
now, bro. We got you
Okay.
now. And hold on, man. I know it's getting late, so we just wrapping it up now, man. But I did want to get into. Go ahead.
No, I said it's all love. Go ahead. It's love.
Appreciate that. Because I do want to go to Egypt. So did you get, like, once you got settled in? I mean, were the Egyptians as dark as you? I know earlier you said some looked like you. Like, was they like, man, what up, man? How's Chicago? Was they asking you about the Sears Tower? And you like, man, y'all got this.
No, they wasn't really.
Mhm.
They was asking about like certain music shit. Some people said some Chief Keef shit like that.
Yeah.
Kanye West shit like that.
Did
but
they ask
it
you
was
if you was
just-
folks or a vice lord? Because everywhere I go,
They don't know nothing about that shit.
Alright.
They didn't. Yeah.
You should have told them you was folks or a vice lord. Then they would have had something to say when I got there. You know what I mean?
So
I'm like,
right,
son
yeah,
of a
plant the
bitch.
seed. Plant the seed. Let them know. No, we Black Stones over here. Everybody in Egypt. Everybody, the whole Egypt.
Everywhere you go, but you folks, you vice lord, it's like, come on, man. I mean, come on, man. Stop watching TV. You know, they think every black man, that would be my myth to clear up. Every black man from Chicago ain't folks or a vice lord. Yeah. Big ups to the folks and the vice lords, though. I don't want anybody to think we out here disrespecting. I got enough problems, you know what I'm saying, in my life. All right. You kind of talked about your South Side or your Chicago swag. But I do, before we get there, what advice for a young silverback interested in moving the way you move, like doing some world traveling and also working in that music cabal? What advice would you have somebody thinking about doing that, working in the cabal?
Have faith in yourself. Believe and know that you got what it takes. Don't listen to like what quote unquote the standard is. Because if you go by like quote unquote the standard, you'll think pale skin is the skin tone, or you'll think, being a Caucasian male in America is the average, when there's no such thing as average. Everything is every person is perfect. You just gotta apply yourself.
Got to put the work in, man. You got to put that work in, bro. How have you used? Because we were talking about a rugged South Side upbringing. So how have you used that Chicago upbringing / Southeast Side upbringing? How do you think that's propelled you? I know it can limit us as well, but specifically, how do you think you've used it to propel you forward?
The confidence. I'm like, honestly, as a youngin', due to whatever, I didn't have certain levels of confidence. But once I started moving like I belong in these places, even if I didn't belong there. I remember 2020, I went to All-Star in, I think, Dallas, Texas, I think. And I was getting into places because I was moving like I belonged there. I didn't even, like, okay, matter of fact, Coachella. I snuck into Coachella in 2018. Is because I moved like I belonged there. Like I walked in there like I belonged there. I had my camera like, oh no, I'm this, that, and third.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Man, you start figuring out.
You start figuring out, as long as you move with that confidence.
Yep.
You are the key. They're not gonna because the person don't want to be like, oh damn, that was what's the name and I fucked up. So they gonna let you up in that motherfucker. So it just moves your confidence.
Now you got to get it through the first two underlings, because when they start going and get the upper ups in the security, they're more liable to tell you to get your butt away from there. But you're right, that person at the front getting the $8 or the $10 an hour,
he don't want to fuck up.
He don't even care. Yeah, he don't even care really. He don't even care at the end of the day. Yep, go on in there. Yeah, because I know I've let many a person in. I got enough problems. They arguing with this guy over $10 an hour. All right, but big ups to $10 an hour. I mean, we all gotta make a living. All right, so you were saying that's how you use your grind, or Southside upbringing.
I was saying Well, yeah, I guess the confidence. Yeah, the confidence that I gained. My confidence was kind of cut short. Well, I wouldn't say my confidence cut short. My mind was fucked up from my father getting killed at 6. That really put me in a depressive state as a kid. And now that I'm older, I realize that's what that was. So I was kind of in a shell, and I wasn't really focusing on certain things. And once I got to a point where I matured more, the confidence kicked in. It's like I started seeing like this world is easy. All you have, just like with school, you'll get all A's if you just do what you're told. If you just do the work. Not
Yes, you
saying the
would.
school is the know all end all, but
I sure
that's
used to
how
tell
life
people that.
is.
I used to tell my homies that. They're like, "You're so smart." Nah, man, they give me the homework. I read it. I prepare. I get to class. I read it. I ask the questions I need to ask while I'm in there. I usually have the work finished before I leave school. Yeah, that's all it is. You're right, bro. It's just doing the work.
That's it. And that's what life is. Just do it. And okay, I've been a photographer for 4 years. Damn. Wow. Well, it's not 4 years, 3 years at this point. When I got back from Paris in 2017, the following February, I had got my first camera. Following February, I got my first job with my camera. Okay. Yeah, I just started doing it, and a lot of people who've been doing this shit for 20 years, they don't have like pictures and videos with people I got. Like I literally, like I got some shit, and
they don't move like you do, and they can't get the access you get, bro.
Right.
It's like mines, you real recognize real, bro. And I already know how you moving, man. He came out here. I had, I'd be picking him up from the airport. He don't need me, but I
want to bump into my big homies.
Right. So yeah, man, he took me to some mansion. Hey man, who are rappers with those? He was like, you want to come in? It was the Drillers though, man.
It was Bump J. It was damn, what's the nigga name who with the Don C? He got the shoes and shit.
And I was parked in the red zone, and they was bogusly shooting in that house. You know what I mean? So it was a whole lot. I was like, man, please, man. When 12 come around here, they looking at me like, whatever.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And you know what's crazy? And remember,
you're the ringleader.
Remember, you were saying something about taking pictures of certain people, and then they being who they are later. So it was somebody there, Chris Lofton. I don't know if y'all know who that is, Chris Lofton. He played in Hardball. Remember the movie Hardball with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Okay, he played in that as a kid. He also played in one of the shows that The Rock was in. But Chris Lofton, he's about to play in Power, the one with Tommy, the one based off Tommy life. He's about to play in that. I think his name gonna be Jannard in that. He's gonna be a major character in that. So I got good photos and shit with him already from that year. Now he's gonna be a huge artist because of the work he's putting in. So now, of course, we gonna push that. It's just him. It was him. It was Marcus Polk. Marcus Polk was there too. He remember the episode of Martin when Martin had a son, and he wasn't really Martin's son. Yeah. So that guy, he played the guy who was Martin's son. He also played a Moesha and things like that. So creating relationships off that. It's just so many different things. Just keep going. Just do it and keep going.
Man, facts. Bro, excluding Lenny B, who do you attribute your success in your professional game? Who do you attribute that to most?
Shit, that's a rough one.
Yeah, it is. Man.
I'm gonna have to give this to my kids.
Big ups.
Cause like real shit. Cause I can't give it to nobody else but me.
Big ups.
And my kids, because like I can't settle for giving them what I was given. My father was a street nigga. My uncle street niggas, and I can't turn around and say, hey, this is all that I am. You know what I mean? I got to give them something more. So now, that motivation to see me in a different light, shit, that's it.
Facts. That's love, bro. Proud to hear you say that. Any myths about Lenny B, about what you do or anything you've done that you want to clear up?
I don't know if there are any myths about me, because if people are talking about talking about behind my back. They ain't saying it to me. So shit, I don't know. Yeah, they'll be all right.
All right. What advice, looking back on it all, what advice, if you were a time traveler, would you give to 9-year-old Lenny B? So imagine, where you were at.
9-year-old Lenny B.
And boom,
You went crazy with that.
Yep.
Talk to that
you see
girl.
9-year-old Lenny B. Mm-hmm.
Talk
Maybe
to
at
that
the corner
girl.
store.
It's a young lady.
Buying penny candies. Buying penny candies at the corner store, right? Talking to the young girl, right? What would you say?
I was a hustler then, though. I was getting my money, but it was this one young lady, and that, I guess that's a part of the confidence thing that I didn't have for whatever reason as a kid. My, father, all that shit. But it was this one young lady who I had a huge crush on, and I never talked to her. And it was crazy. I still think about her to this day. I'm 37. So it's like, take that leap. It's not just her specifically. It's don't hold back. Take that leap. You know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? And that's why that's another reason why I moved the way I move now. It's like, damn, you had that opportunity to say something to somebody who you care for, you wanted to get closer to, but you didn't and you missed it. Take that leap. Take them sooner. Go now, nigga. What you waiting for?
Right, because you're gonna live with unnecessary regret when all you gotta do. Even if she said, "Man, go screw yourself," you wouldn't be living with this regret right now.
Exactly. I would know to go screw myself. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Or it just would have motivated you more. Right. I got you, man. That's good.
But
that's
what's crazy
good.
is he actually liked me, and I didn't do it.
See. Yeah, but you know what? They always say that, man. When you're on your feet and you come up and you see them later, right? And you got a bag of money and, if you'd have said something, yeah, whatever. You was all into dude who had the Jordans and all that. And I was out there with holes in the bottom of my shoes. Let's keep it 100. But if it makes you feel any better, and this is not a shot at fat people, she's probably morbidly obese now, you know what I mean? And lost half her teeth. So, change
What's
the image.
wrong with you? What's wrong with
just
you?
saying.
Why you do that?
I'm just saying. I'm saying big ups to her. That's how I live, bro. I reprogram everything out there. All right, here we go, bro. Here we go.
Yeah, well, that's crazy.
Here's a new question. You're the second person we've asked this.
Oh my God.
So think about the person or the people, person or persons that mean the most to you in this world, that if something happened to them, you'd be like Darth Vader when he said Anakin Skywalker when he said, "I killed them all." And you remember something? You remember in the Jedi was like, "What? Yeah, I killed all of them, the babies." Remember, he was like, "I killed
all
the
babies,
all of them." They were like, he was like the cats, the dog. Yeah, he was like, all right. So anyway, man, that was a great scene. I got to cut that for one of our videos, by the way. Man, that was, people want to know how we feel on the south side of Chicago, man, and what that pendulum is. That right there, somebody captured that in there. But anyway, bro, so think about the person who you love the most. And so, God forbid, they needed a heart transplant and you had access. Maybe from your travels to a donor heart. And the donor heart was coming off of the black web, the black market and the black internet. And you was able to get on there and pay your cash. You know what I mean? You had your cash money. You was able to just boom, boom, boom. And then they got a heart. The catch is, you know how the gin is, the genie in the bottle. The catch is that heart came from a innocent, poor person on the other side of the world who is indigenous. Would you?
The button has already been pushed. Long time ago. When you said the person I love need a heart, the button was pushed a long time ago. I didn't care.
Bro, let me say this. I don't have kids, right? But I'm gonna say, and I'm just assuming that's them because I know how you feel about your kids, and I don't even want to talk like this because it's hard. But we're talking from the ancestors. So what I'm saying, bro, is I used to ask this in the Uber, and it was a 50%, right? And when I would tell people I wouldn't do it, they'd be like, "Yeah, it's easy for you to say," you know what I mean? Because you ain't in that situation. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But I appreciate
instantly. I'm pushing that button.
I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the honesty. What if you knew that the person wouldn't want you to do it? Would you do it behind their back? This is a bonus question. So what if that
Ooh,
person,
that's
right,
deep.
if you knew in their heart, like Mills, like, I don't want it. So, I tell my wife I wouldn't want it, right? Right. Would you still do it?
Now, see, I would, but I want to say something about what point of me doing it with me.
Please.
The same reason with the funeral situation. The reason why we have funerals is for us. It's not for that person.
That's what I said.
It's I would want that person here for my own selfish reasons. That person is telling me, okay, I'm fine with what it is.
Then that's
I would have to be strong enough in myself to let them go. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm strong enough in myself to let them go. So it's like,
well, let me tell you about W.S. Baphomet, and for you gentlemen, why I wouldn't do it, because I've watched W.S. Baphomet and small up to the Baphomet. You do something like that, right? Say my wife does that, and then she saves me. I'll walk right outside and get hit by a car. You know what I mean? And then now look what you've done. Now there's 2 people dead. I just know how the W.S. Baphomet move, and I just, there's no guarantee that even when I do it, like, I might die the next day. I just know there's going to be a life for a life. But you got something to say to that, so?
Well, for someone you love, if you were the one, you might sacrifice yourself for your seed for it to go on. You know what I mean?
Oh, you would definitely sacrifice for your seed, I would say.
Right. So if that's part of the karma for that, then it's part for the course. Like, if it is a life for a life, then but it's very interesting to explore.
Man, they used to love that question, bro. I used to ask all walks of life, poor to rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, and then let me say this, most people with kids, it depends. I'm telling you, the answer really depends on where they are in their life. And it's usually the ones with kids. They'll be like, oh, like the way Lenny B was like, oh, you barely even got it out your mouth. Like, shit. Right. They're like, because I'm dead anyway, because you're like, I'm dead anyway. If I lose my kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm
man,
Lenny B, as you know me. Right.
I'm tripping.
Right.
I'm tripping at this point. I don't even know if I can grasp on the reality at this point.
Right. So we'll move past it. Let's move past it. Any family quotes, words of wisdom that you hang your hat on, or something you might have got, off the block, that you hang your hat on that you'd like to share with the Self Love Nation?
It's one thing that always it kind of slowed me down. Like, everybody don't think like me, and not everyone can go, kind of thing. It's along the same lines. And the more and more I think that everybody should have like a mind frame, or the thing that I call common sense, like me, okay, we should help one another, the more and more I diminish what I am. I don't like to talk like this, but I can, at this point, I consider myself exceptional, because it's no longer a fluke. I've been doing things consistently and the certain things that I've said to you 10 years ago, they're relevant and prevalent right now. So it's like, it's not a fluke. So the more and more I think that everybody thinks like me or should move the way I move, the less and less I must feel towards the power that I have within myself. So it's like the not everybody can go kind of thing. You got to get there first, or maybe not get there first. How can you help the poor when you're one of them? Yeah, you want to get them to a certain standpoint, but get yourself to, take care of you, get you there, and then if they follow along, yeah, they follow along. Keep the good intent. I'm there, trying to get her to understand, trying to get him to think that way. Just get there.
Man, we got a thing from H. Moultrie, his dad, rest his dad. So it was a strong business owner, Chi-Town, Southside, Silverback. He said a quote from his dad is, if you work hard, you can make it in America. He said that was something his dad always, preached to him. If you work hard, you can make it in America. So, bro, that was great. Once again, I appreciate that. Recommend a book, Can you recommend a book to the Self Love Nation?
I'm gonna recommend 2 books actually. Um, Black Privilege by Charlemagne the God. That was a great book. I got books, but I'm a slow reader. I'll be doing too much. I never really sit still long enough to sit and read the books direct, like straight through. It took me actually
You
a
a
while
Virgo,
to read
right?
it.
You a
Yeah,
Virgo?
yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's how I
like
am.
10 days
Yeah,
apart. Birthday. My
I'm a
birthday
Virgo.
August
Yeah,
30th. Yours the 9th,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm the same
Yeah.
way, man. With a book, yeah, it's got it, man. It's got it. I'm practicing speed reading though, bro. Learn to speed read. That's gonna be good for you. Even when you're traveling, just start YouTubing it and Googling it. You getting the information. Just
Yeah.
it's better than
You
starting
getting
a
rid
book
of
and
the
not
fluff.
finishing it. Yes.
You getting rid of the fluff. Yeah. No, my teacher, the one I was telling you about, she kind of put me on to what that was.
Mm-hmm.
But I never could see good when I was a kid, so that's one reason why I never got into reading. But but when I be reading is when I be on them flights, them 8-hour flights. I read then, but I haven't really had that many 8-hour flights lately.
Because of COVID.
So yeah, that COVID shit. But the Black Privilege by Charlemagne the God, I think that's a great book for people from where we come from to check out. And what is that? What is the name? Is Jay Prince book, The Art of Hustle and Respect, I think the name of it. Jay Prince. But that's a very dope book. I haven't even finished it all, honestly, but the stuff that he's talking about in there is really touching me, and it helps me understand, like, if I move with the confidence, if I understand, if I just do it, we can get to great heights.
That's Jay, for the record, that's Jay Prince. That's founded the Ghetto Boys and all the big
that Jay Prince. Yeah. Well, thanks for that.
Houston area.
Was he high yellow?
No. You got Instagram, big dog?
Yeah, I got it.
You say you do?
Yeah, I got it. I don't know my handle offhand. Do I know my handle? I get it to you. I don't be knowing, man. You was trying to tell me about get on Instagram when Instagram first dropped, bro. Hey, L Boogie, this is like deja vu. You asked me that like years ago, and I'm like, Instagram? Yeah, he was like, man, ain't nobody on YouTube. But somebody was telling me, I was like, damn, I might be talking about some old, but nah, man, I just literally got on it maybe a month ago, and I still don't know what the hell's going on.
No, I was gonna say, because I got pictures of Jay Prince on there. I did some photography work with him, and I was gonna tag you in the picture, because I got people really can't even get close to Jay Prince. I got pictures of Jay Prince right up in his face, arm distance to this nigga, and the average person can't even get that close to dude. So I was just gonna tag you in a picture of him that I took, that we see who he is.
Yeah.
My Instagram name is LENNY__BEE.
Say that again for the nation.
LENNY__BEE. Lenny B.
Yeah, and I'll get you mine, man, because again, I'm not real savvy, but I promise you I'll get it to you, man. But my handle is TATN something. I don't know, man. I'll start using it more. I'm ignorant when it comes to that, but I'm working my way up, bro. I'm working my way up, man. We got this far doing this, so you know what I'm saying. I want to ask you, recommend, I know you've traveled around the world, but let's keep it within the nation, the United States. Can you recommend a Black-owned restaurant?
Okay, Soleil and Batters and Berries in Chicago. I love both of them places. I frequent them often. Soleil got some of the best. Yeah, SOULE. It got some of the best lamb chops I've ever had. I love lamb chops.
Where's that? Is that in Hyde Park? Where is that? Is it in Chicago?
On the north side, I think. Yes, in Chicago. They're finna open up another spot.
Okay.
Bridget is the owner. She a dope individual, sweet person, a hard worker. She I just saw her on her Instagram that she's gonna open up another spot. I'm not sure where. I can't remember what it said, but yeah, Soleil and Batters and Berries. Black-owned.
Soleil, and then said the other one is called what and berries?
Batter and Berries.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a
Is that pancakes?
You got pancakes there, but I go for the French toast. They specialize in this
Yeah,
French toast.
yeah, yeah.
So I go with batters and berries for breakfast. My perfect day in Chicago is a batters and berries breakfast, and Soleil dinner. So throughout the day, those two. As long as I get those two in, we're gonna get our little tequila shots or whatever the case may be, whatever we're gonna
Man,
indulge in. But those two places is where the food got to come from. We might even do a Harold's, but I ain't gonna do too much Harold's. I'm only gonna get like a 2 or 3 piece. I'm slight, with the mild
and
sauce.
and you gotta know which Harold's to go to, man. You can't just be rolling in any old Harold's, man.
Yeah, you
They
got
be
to go
getting
to
you.
the right
Some
one.
of them ain't even official. You know what I
right.
mean? They just be in there, just doing shit. So
That mild sauce be ketchup and barbecue sauce.
yeah, spoiled. Yep,
Yeah, they
yep. But when
bogus.
you get to right, it's one on 35th, I think, in Indiana, man. Oh my, OMG! Big ups to them. Get you in and out of there, hot, fresh. It's a Harold's. Okay, quick hits, bro. These are quick hits, and then we're going to get the quick game, and you out of here. The quick hits are designed to be yes or no answers. We're going to ask you questions that seem a bit esoteric. If you've had any revelations and you want to share it, we'll book you for another show when we do these types of shows. So here we go. You've traveled the world. We want to hear it. Number 1, is there a God?
Yes, this is only a yes or no answer. I'm just gonna say yes.
All right. Have you seen anything supernatural, meaning demonic, spiritual, angelic?
Yes,
Have you ever seen an unidentified flying object?
yes.
Have you ever seen an alien?
That's a
That's a tough one. I know people
yes.
struggle
No,
with
that's
that.
a layered question, but yes, I have because we are the aliens.
Sweet. All right. Last one. Did human do the moonwalk during the alleged? Did human do the moonwalk during the Apollo mission?
Shit. So I
Yeah.
I want to believe yes. I want to believe yes, but there's no real way for me to know.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Before we play the quick game, which will take 3 minutes, is there anything that we have not covered that you would like to discuss?
No, we just gonna leave it at that. I like what we have with this.
Sweet, sweet. All right, man. And next time you see Dirk or one of them, man, because we've really been trying to book. What's my man name, Self? Lil Chris. Yeshua. God has told me Lil Chris will sit at the show. He's from out west. We have no reason to believe he's going to do it.
Heavy set dark skin dude.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
man, if you can get Lil Chris or somebody know Lil Chris, and we can get him on the show, man, we know that's gonna help us get in the way we need to be, and he can do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about doing it for the people. I tell him, I reached out to him on one of them things. I said, man, we can't give you what you already got, that bag of money. I mean, we can give you that, but we can't, right? No. We can give you, how they call themselves, the Get Back Gang. Self Love and I, we're creating the Give Back Gang, right?
That's
We're just
dope.
changing. Yeah, see, we're changing the lexicon. And if people knew a better way, they would do a better way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So if you can get to Chris or anybody, bro, I mean, let them know, man. We doing real shit over here, man. And this right here is for the people. I ain't never been about clout. Self-love ain't never been about clout, bro. This is truly, for the nation, bro. Let's see here. So you didn't have that. So Self, unless you got something, we're gonna go ahead into the 9 at 9 so we can get them out of here.
For sure. Appreciate you again and again. And like I said, we're gonna do some work.
Yes, sir. It's all love, big dog. Just hit me.
I'm surprised though, man. I thought y'all had met, man, when we was over there in South
did
Shore,
you,
man.
Was you ever at the it was hip hop shows with a live band? Was you ever there shooting or something? Because I feel like we were in the same room at
Well,
some
it could have been. I done done some things. We could have been.
EPMD or
And he might have slid through with a plug. because remember he was saying that the plugs ain't the same when you plug them into the wall, the different prongs. He might have slid through with some sage or something. And, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'd be shocked if y'all ain't been in the same room together on whatever level. And then being from Southeast side, I would be shocked.
I feel like we have,
we probably have. Ain't no telling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but look, bro. We're about to play the 9 and 9. So basically, we're going to give you it's like a Noah's Ark game. We're going to give you a pair of items, and think of it as a verbal ink block test, if you will. So you're just going to say the one that that you resonate with, the one that you want to blurt out. Remember, you only get 2 passes. You can pass. But to be considered a win, you have to respond to all the questions, and you only get 2 passes. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't want to give you none that's considered easy. All right. Yeah. Some of these people be like, "What the fuck?" All right. Here we go. All right, we got one. Cadillac or Lincoln Continental?
Lincoln.
Samsung Galaxy, iPhone.
iPhone.
Colin Kaepernick, LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Gangster rapper, also known as Pookie, Lil Pookie, or 12.
Gangster rapper. I can't fuck with 12.
All right, Bidwiss or Spades?
Spades.
Tiger Woods, Arthur Ashe.
Arthur Ashe.
Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali.
The greatest, Muhammad.
All right, Prince or Michael Jackson?
Ooh, you a cold motherfucker for that. You're a cold motherfucker for that.
You could pass. You got 2 passes.
I'm gonna have to pass on that because I got both. I can't. Yeah.
Tupac or Biggie Smalls?
I'm gonna say Biggie, but I want to say something though.
All right.
I do want to say something.
All right.
Biggie, like as far as his flows and his lyrics, he was like, Shorty was like made for that shit. But Tupac, that shit stick to your ribs, like
because of
that poetic shit.
Man,
yeah, because of the movement.
Yeah.
But as far as rapping, Biggie got him on the raps. But Tupac,
even his voice too. Biggie's voice was kind of doing so. Yeah.
It's just like he was made for this shit.
Mm-hmm. I think he might have been off the short bus though, but big ups to Biggie, and I got enough problems. All right, here we go, bro. South Side or West Side?
Knock it off. The South Side. What kind of question is that?
All right. Yeah, that one was all right. To big ups to my West Siders because we got enough problems. Uncle Remus or Harold's Chicken?
Harold's.
Hennessy or Remy Martin?
Ooh. I gotta pick Remy because Henny was my early days. Henny was the shorty days.
Yeah, but Henny would put you over there like, I'll never drink again. God, please, if you just right.
Please, no.
And had you fighting if you drink too much of
it. Yeah, you can't be drinking Hennessy on an empty stomach or half sleep, not enough sleep. You got to be feeling good to drink Hennessy. Ciroc or Grey Goose?
Black on.
All right, this is the one I wanted to give you. Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence.
Dave Chappelle.
Interesting.
Martin Lawrence was just funny. Dave Chappelle, he got a real message in it.
Correct. It had that he got a little bit of this in it. Yeah. Martin was just hilarious. Yeah. Derek Chauvin or George Zimmerman?
I don't know who Derek Chauvin is.
He's the son of a bitch that kneed out George Floyd like that for 9 minutes.
So is we picking who to die first? Who we picking?
We're gonna pass. We'll give you a free pass on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass
Give
that
you a
one.
free pass. Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby, or R. Kells? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
gotta ask this: are we picking acceptance, or are we picking to like what are we
You're
picking here?
picking the one that makes you feel the fuzziest, the one that you like the most. That the one. So it'd be like Adolf Hitler, or I would say
Stalin.
like correct, the one that you like the most. If you, yeah, exactly. But
I
this
gotta
one,
go. I gotta go with Kels. I gotta go with
yeah,
Kels.
because he from the Shy, man. He from the hundreds. You got to go with Kells, man.
He from the
I mean, he ain't
Shy,
from the hundreds,
and
but yeah, he's from the South Side.
yeah,
Yeah.
he from the Shy, and it's see, cause
Bill did a
so
lot of
okay,
college funds and stuff. Remember
so
that?
okay with
He be
Kels,
using
right?
the N-word. He be using the N-word. Remember Bill
Yeah,
Cosby?
that's what I don't like about Bill Cosby. Bill
Yeah.
Cosby was down in niggas, but he
Yeah.
was doing some of the most horrific shit.
Yeah.
But okay,
Allegedly.
you're right.
It's
So
white
R. Kelly,
supremacy. You know how white supremacy is.
just like OJ didn't kill them white people, right?
But I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? People be in jail for shit they didn't do, and we know it's true.
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah.
did OJ? I'm gonna ask you a question. Did OJ kill them white people?
Now, I don't answer questions, but since you my little homie, I will. And I think we've had, hell no, he ain't killed them, man. Hell no, OJ didn't do that, man. But if he did do
only
it,
reason you said that
but
because
if
we
he
on
did,
TV right now.
no.
But
No. Self love and I. Let me tell you. Let me explain. I'm gonna break it down. I never felt like he did it. However, Self Love and I went to the Operation Crow, the commemoration of the remembrance of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We went and checked it out. That's the offshoot of the Nation of Islam. Supposedly they're the root that followed Elijah Muhammad. But so Self Love and I went. Correct. Self Love and I went and checked it out, because we open to everything. Sat in there, man, and it was there, and it was particularly because they had some feds in there, bro. It was some feds, looked just like me and Self. They were young, they were black, they had the baggy pants and everything. Probably had shards in their drawers, from drinking lean. You remember that? They had their hats. I'm like, look at these guys. They were feds that was in there, and those feds said that they were either informed, they were feds, and those feds said that the federal FBI had told LA that when they did the profile on that, you know how the feds do their psychological profile. It's not going to be an ex-athlete who's got problems with his hands, chopped her neck. This is what they said. They said the precision. Like, we like to imagine as humans that if you get a good knife, you can chop somebody up. No, it takes skill to fillet people. And that's what they were explaining. They were saying that was professionally done. Now, did he pay somebody? I could be more likely to believe that. But they tried to say that this 55-year-old, 60-year-old man with bad knees, a super Negro on cocaine, and I'm telling you about W.S. Baphomet, walked up to them in a quiet part of Brentwood, bro. And I've been in Brentwood, and you've been out here, bro. It's quiet, right? And then I walk up on you and your girl, and I say, you be quiet. Don't make no noise, Karen, because I know y'all like to scream when y'all see big white men coming to kill y'all, and everybody wakes up and looks out and calls the police. You guys be quiet while I chop him up with a knife, and then I'm getting you next. Nobody heard nothing. And they said that the spine was cut, bro.
Man,
they said that the way it was cut, it had to be a pro. Didn't they, Self? And I was convinced.
It was almost completely decapitated. It was all the way through the neck. It was just skin that was keeping the head on, really.
And they said with his arthritis, and they just said that it didn't even fit the profile, though. And they were saying that they were in, come on, bro, you know the game. They theorized that she was into it with old drug money, and she kept milking him, and then he got to the point where he was like, "Man, I ain't paying. I'm not paying." And
that
then,
could be it. But I still think OJ has something to do with it.
Right. That's what I say.
That's conditioned. We've all been conditioned, bro.
But he might know what had happened. What happened was.
Well, remember, he said if he did do it,
right. This is how he would.
Well, listen. But no, I'm not big ups in OJ, because first of all, OJ was a sellout. All right, he never stood with black people.
Just like Bill Cosby.
it's a little different. But see,
Yeah.
now I it's a little different. But now I support OJ only because it was making the pink people red. See, here was the thing about the OJ case, bro. You're a little younger than me. The thing about the OJ case for us up in the struggle at that time, it was right behind the Rodney King case,
Yes.
where they beat it and we saw it all on camera. And then the white man was like, well, the justice system has spoken. Yeah, you guys took a case that should have been heard by a jury in LA County, and then you moved it to the most conservative alt-right county.
Right.
This is what happened, bro, in that
Right.
case. And then they walked on that and with video evidence. And then right behind that, OJ went and got him a black lawyer, Yoda Manoop. You know what I'm saying? When I got him a black man, came in there in front of them people and pulled tapes, did what a lawyer's supposed to do, and said, y'all out here calling them nigger on the way to the thing. Y'all out here doing this. Said they was planting evidence, which they were. Now, I know you believe he did it, but listen, start taking it apart and look at the police who investigated it, bro. Straight up KKK.
Marcia
So
Clark, Mark Furman.
all of them, bro.
Furman, definitely.
No,
Marshall Clark,
I know.
definitely.
I was 10. I was 10 years old when he got acquitted.
Yeah,
but,
it was a witch hunt.
Yeah,
and
we
loved it.
I like history and I like stuff like that. So I know a little bit about the case. To me, it was giving me the vibes that he knows something about it. You know what I mean? Maybe he didn't physically do it himself. Right.
Exactly. I think he could have had a hand in it. Yes, of course. I think so. Yes. But that just goes to tell somebody though, man, be careful out here on how you're moving, because if you are having a back and forth with your baby mama or your ex or something like that, it's wide open for somebody else to come chop her neck off all the way down to the thing. And then 12, if you're a black man and you're an athlete and you're rich and they need a reason to pull you down and come plant. And that was what they said too, Lynn. I want to tell you this. They said that, okay, now imagine this. I did kill 2 people like that, cutting them to the jugular. And all they finding is little specks of blood. So now they're suggesting that this guy, OJ, who on the one hand is on drugs and he's mad and it's a crime of passion, has wore some sort of plastic suit, had the forethought, and then they said he leaped the wall. I'm saying there would have been so much more blood than the specks of blood. And then he had a little cut on his hand. I'm like, oh no. That's all I'm saying for what they tried to say. And that's what the brothers was telling us at the Operation Move. That's what they were saying, bro, that the evidence didn't fit that shit that devil was telling. So, but we're gonna wrap it up, bro. Let me see. I had let's see, we went there. Oh, we did Bill Cosby. PlayStation, Xbox.
PlayStation.
NBA Live, NBA 2K.
2K.
Bob Marley, Muhammad Ali.
Bob Marley. Some people search their whole life for this truth here.
Mm-hmm. Barack Obama, Jay-Z.
Hove.
Swisher Sweets, Backwoods.
Raw Papers.
Denzel Washington, Michael B. Jordan.
Denzel, knock it off. He don't know no. Michael B. Jordan ain't no shit.
Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Rest up, Kobe.
Kobe.
Wow.
Real quick though, Kobe might have been colder than Mike though.
We don't honor that with we don't even honor that with.
No, I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he was. Now I'm a Mike kid. Now Mike the man. But the boy Kobe, he emulated Mike. But
that's fine.
Shorty was a dog.
You want to go viral? I'm gonna tag this a little Dirk and those guys in the OFT or whatever. They're gonna be like, he's from Kobe. He's not from Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? But no, I hear you, bro. hey, teach his own, man. Teach his own. This is the first thing I've ever questioned that's ever come out of his mouth. No, I'm serious, bro. It's the first thing I've never heard this guy, like you talking about me and him both Virgos. You were talking about people with that common sense or certain mind frame or way of thinking. I know where you were going with that, and I hear you. And you sell yourself short. I received that, and I'm like, this. And I was about to say it then. I've never heard anything effery come out of this man's mouth. So I'm not saying I'm hearing it now. I'm gonna have to go back and review the tapes. But you know, because he's come in the car with that, and I'm like, man, I
would
preach the
never,
gospel
I
of
would
Jordan.
never pick Kobe. I would never pick Kobe over Mike ever. I'm just saying, Shorty, he did his thing.
It was the second coming of Mike, and Mike even says it. Yeah. Mike gave it up to Kobe, and it was one thing I didn't know. He gave it up to him in death. He was giving it up to him in life and private. But that was one thing I didn't know. I would have liked to have known that, man.
He mentored him the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, he would call him while he was still playing, you know what
But
I mean?
then Kobe would sit around and talk about Pippen as who he patterned himself after. I think that was all about
Man,
off. That's what Kobe said. Yeah,
somebody
it
need to
was.
smack his ass right now.
I mean, that's all you had to do was look at his game and know who he was. So
you look how he walked, how he talked, how in the interviews, everything was Mike. But
if he said that, Tupac need to smack him right now.
But the reason I asked that question, G, is because whenever somebody asks me, because the narrative now is LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, and I'm like, man, we got to have the Kobe LeBron discussion first, right?
Hell yeah.
Man, because if I'm choosing, I mean, I think I want Kobe. If I got LeBron, he's going to be playing a 4, maybe a 3. You're not bringing the ball up. Yeah.
Hell no. Either Mike or Kobe or Iverson. The fuck?
All day. At the end of the ball game, Iverson, all day. All right, man, we got no, you'll get pissed if I ask you that. Jean DuPont DuSable or Harold Washington?
I gotta give it to DuSable because without DuSable, it wouldn't have been no Harold.
Man, big ups. Great line of thinking. We did Malcolm X. Did we do Malcolm X? Oh no,
we didn't do Malcolm X.
Malcolm X and MLK.
So I need to get some air with this. So Martin, okay, he was talking that peaceful shit, but then he got to a point where he realized he was fucking us up. Mm-hmm. Like he was leading us, out of the frying pan into the fight type of thing. Yeah. So he was trying to get us economically right, and then they smoked him.
Yeah. I'm glad you know the true history of that.
Yeah. But Malcolm, he was starting to see certain lights too, but I don't think he matured to where Martin was at. He just was more abrasive, more aggressive with it. So he had a little more sauce on top of him. So we was receiving him more. But
he had that street nigga in him.
Yeah, he had a street edge to him. So we was more willing to lean towards him because what we is. And at first we wasn't feeling Martin because he was getting beat upside his head and he was accepting shit. But they not showing you the parts to where he was like, man, I'm fucking my people up.
Yeah. Man, when he was dropping jewels, they was cutting his speeches, like the stuff they showed us. We wasn't getting the whole speeches, bro. Yeah. Get the whole I Have a Dream speech. Read the whole transcript of I Have a Dream. That whitewash stuff that they put in schools was all that hunky-dory, we're gonna hold hands and all that. When you get into the transcript is long as hell, man. He talking about poverty and kids dying of hunger and, man, reparations and everything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he also saying
that's why I would choose Martin. That's why I would choose Martin because I know like more than what the surface is of it. It's not what they've been pushed to us. Yeah. He really had matured to a place where he knew he was fucking us up with that shit. And if we go off what the history is telling us, the bullshit, the lie, more lies they're telling us, we would lean towards Malcolm being the quote unquote better one or whatever.
Correct.
But Martin was more educated with it. He was more advanced with it. I wish both of them was able to mature, but they wasn't. But in the end, I think I'm gonna go with Martin.
Well, and they were coming to that maturity too, and that's the thing, bro. We were talking the other day, Lenny B, and you were saying like, how the quote, college type cats, or the the nerds got to kind of work with the so-called street cats or the pookies or the gang members, and how we got to work together. And that seems like a perfect schism. Like what you just said, I wish they would have matured. I think at some level we have to be able to see them as the same and not try to separate them whatsoever, because they were fighting for the same struggle.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But the
man.
same thing with the Tupac and the Biggie, right? These kids, they were kids. At a certain point, we didn't realize that they were kids because we had matured to where we are now. They was 24 years old, The Jeff Ford, Chief Ali, whatever you want to call it, Larry Hoovers, they were charismatic and in charge at 17 years old.
Man.
They were more advanced than certain people. Same thing with the Tupac and Biggie. They were more advanced. Right. But just imagine if each one of these sets of people that we're talking about, we're kind of naming them as counterparts. The Martins and the Malcolms, the Tupac and the Biggies, the Larry Hoover and Jeff Fords.
Right. Correct.
Just imagine if each set of these people would have matured because they all really had the same goal. They just were speaking a different language. So
the 64th and the
if each one of these people, exactly. Just imagine if they would have matured to a level of understanding, or you don't have to be my op. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Martin and Malcolm was on that, but if we would have got to a level where we can see eye to eye and realize that I can put more into us if we talk together and conglomerate versus, us being on two sides of things.
Everybody discount everybody. Together. Everybody putting a wall up. We can't work with them because they all street niggas, and we can't work with them because they don't know what's going on, on the street.
Mm-hmm. That we ain't doing nothing but pulling our feet from pulling our legs from up under us, because just I know certain things that you don't know. You just know certain things I don't know. That don't mean you're better or less than me. That means you're an expert over here and I'm an expert over here. So let's join certain people and become the fucking Power Rangers.
And certain people, those connections, just like I know certain people. You know what I'm saying? Yes, those connections we have to get reconnected to.
Like neurons.
Yeah.
So we can fire, together and, come together and build and create. That's what
Riverdale,
we're meant to be.
Riverdale. They think we playing, Self. Riverdale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
Hey, but El Boogie, unless you got something else, do you got any big ups, any shout outs you want to do, bro?
I do. I want to shout out y'all. I want to shout out This Ain't That News. I want to shout out Tory Wordsmith. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, man, appreciate you more, brother. Appreciate you more. And when I said, man, I never heard no effery coming out your mouth, man, that was the thing about El Boogie, bro, because when I was at Leading Edge, I had just moved back from Cali, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I was, man, like getting back into the shy swing of things. I'm like, man, shy. I'm like, remember Self, I told you I got back, I'm like, I smelled chicken. I was like, man, everywhere I went, El Boogie, I smelled chicken. When I got back in like 2007, and it just felt like everybody was trying to sell me a loose square, and I was smelling chicken. I said, Chicago got reduced to loose squares and chicken, from the time. But got the Leading Edge, man. And man, you had a good mix of people from the west side and the south side. It was like great, man. Like that energy. And what you were saying about about Chicago, the people, it's no people like that.
Period.
Any place on the planet. Man, I never laugh as hard. Like man, when you get in love in Chicago, I don't care where you at, whether it's O Block, whether it's 122nd. When you get in love, man, you don't feel that nowhere else in the world. You don't feel it nowhere else in the world, man.
Yeah.
People don't understand us either.
We're not to be understood because we've been like completely segregated and completely marginalized, over time. So we are a unique people. Like and we got a swagger, and we move how we move, and most of the time people get out our way.
And I think that trauma that he was talking about, it kind of
Yes.
bonds us. That the hawk,
Yes.
the weather, and the trauma
Yes.
has
Great
been our little,
insights.
has been our little security blankets. You know,
Great
because
insight.
because think about it, self. When you travel, if you tell us Chicago and you're from Chi, they'll mention the weather or something, maybe some
Yeah.
sports, but they'll mention that trauma if you tell them you're from the South Side or the West Side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we understand that, man. If my man got to where he is and he's moving the way he is and communicating the way he is, I mean, he's a silverback.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know,
I definitely appreciate y'all, fellas. Definitely appreciate y'all.
bro. Appreciate you more, man. And
Yes, sir.
we don't kick any silverbacks out. You can show yourself out whenever you're ready, man. And let's make it happen again one day, brother.
Yes, sir. It was definitely a blessing. I appreciate y'all, fellas. Keep up the good work any way I can help. You know I'm here.
Hey, man, just get them links out to them people. You see them. Tell them, man. Somebody
Yes,
might
sir.
come on the show. You know what I'm saying? You never know. They might come on the show.
They gonna come on the show.
Closed
I
mouths
got
don't
you,
get
big dog.
fed. Yes, sir.
Speaking now, I'm gonna go eat my damn self. I'm hungry.
Hey, handle
All
your
right,
business,
peace
man.
and love, fellas.
One love, brother. Hey, that's yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was
Yes,
shocked
sir.
that I hadn't brought him through the crib or something. But yeah, I remember we was already we wasn't roommates at that time. Yeah.
No,
It
I was
when I
I
got
was
back.
you
Yeah.
know, I was married and living
And you was
at
out in the
home with,
burbs.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we wasn't even hanging like that. You know what I mean? When you first got back, because you had just first
Well,
got
for that
back.
minute when I was in Glenwood, you remember? I was in
Right.
Glenwood with the mother-in-law. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. But man, that was expansive.
Man.
He said what he could say without, saying more.
Yeah. I didn't even have expectations about this. I know you knew him well. I hadn't met the gentleman, but man, this blew it away like Gym Factory.
Yeah, and then when you take that and then they start traveling across the world, that's what, the fractal is all about, right? So
Right.
it's a fractal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Him talking to us, gave us that experience vicariously.
Man, talking about Egypt because it's gonna help me move.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, he'd be great traveling with Drew. That'd be a great YouTube channel, wouldn't
They
it?
move a lot of similar ways, like
But they're from different
different
backgrounds.
but act like they're supposed to be there. And
Hey, that's a
all kind of
reality.
places.
That'd be a great YouTube channel. Them two
Man.
traveling together, man. Because
Yeah.
Let's go to Russia. Let's jump on the train. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? This guy, he was talking about like Drew, man, going all across the Russian countryside.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Physics.
feel like I could fit in Jamaica as long as I don't open my mouth. You know what I mean? Catch a train across Kingston. You know what I mean? They just think I was retarded.
Well, they would know you ain't from there though, because it ain't that big.
I got what you're saying. Yeah. I got
like,
what you. I got
That
what you're
boy
trying
not
to
from here, no boy. It's here, no. Him Yankee. Him act retarded round here, no, but him not retarded. Him Yankee.
And that, what him got in his pockets. It always comes down to what's in your pockets, huh? So.
Big ups to
Yeah, man. Big ups to Lenny B, man.
Huge ups to Lenny B, man. That was man, expansive.
Yeah, and it was interesting though, man. Like you see how he painted a different picture. He wasn't glorifying it. But
Right.
your community.
Yeah.
Just remember you said it. And then you were like, and something changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the time it got over there to you, because remember, it was always on the other side of Jeffrey. Not always, but it started moving.
Always.
No, not always. No, because remember, my
That's what they
granddad was
started with.
Yes. Yeah.
Because see, what really was going on, there was a whole lot of buildings, and then there was white flight at the time,
Correct.
and all those buildings became not even all the way filled, like,
Correct.
to make it all even worse, you know, and it really just sucked the life out of it. The white flight was they sold high in the city and moved out to the suburbs and bought for very, very dirt cheap built communities, and then now they valuing our value now, and they're buying it back cheap and selling the
Yep.
suburb that they built up for huge profits. They sold for huge
Yeah.
profits and buying back and selling for huge profits. Buying back
Yeah.
cheap.
And you know what? You go ahead with your final words. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Yeah.
No,
And
no, that was that was basically it. You know me.